Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey.
What up?
what's up?
We're doing the A's, man. We're not doing the
Hey,
outro.
hey.
Hey, like Fonzie, but that was before your
Yeah.
time, Dimitri. But here's one more A.
B.
Hey. Oh, I figured you would have done, Bazanga, because that was more of your generation.
No,
Bazinga.
I don't like Big Bang. It was
You don't?
offensive
Thank you,
portrayal of
Chris.
nerds, man. It was
Thank
an
you, Chris.
offensive portrayal of
No,
nerds.
actually, it's funny. It's like me and my wife were going through. I never saw it at the beginning, so it's funny. We like last night we went through. I think we're already up to season 5. It's kind of like our kind of just thing. We just watch, when we're not going through like our regular shows. So it's just like something we just play and something we just fall asleep to. But it's like I look at it going, see, this is the kind of stuff. I mean, those guys are pretty much me, Dimitri, Rob, and Chris, and and KT when he
Barf.
joins. That's us.
Barf.
Just like
You know,
us, Bazinga.
I'm,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We all say catchphrases all the time. It's great.
how you guys been doing?
Pretty
Okay.
good.
Not too bad.
Hanging in there. You snowed in, Rob? I saw some.
No. We got some snow, but I was just like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just
Yeah.
tired
It
of
felt like
snow.
it was getting back to warm, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
yeah. We had 2 days where it was like 60 outside, and then
Man, today's like I think it was like got to 70. Well, that's the thing I hate. It's like it gets super cold during the night, and then during the day it gets hot. Like this room
Yeah.
I'm in, I was mainly because I had a lot of work to do today, and I was in this room, and then just like the way the sun hits it, like it just gets super super hot, and it's like, oh my gosh, I got to put on, I got to put on shorts, and I got to turn on the AC, and then before I leave or before I go to bed tonight, I got to make sure to turn the heat back on, just because it's gonna otherwise, like, our living room is gonna be freezing, and then my upstairs, where I go shoot, that's gonna be freezing. So it's just like, just make up your mind. Just I mean, just what I mean, this whole flip flop back and forth, I hate it because it's like, oh man, because it's like,
yeah.
just because then there's been times where I forget, and like I've been upstairs, my room upstairs, and then I'll forget to turn the heat back on, and the next morning I'm going up there going, oh man, it's like 52 degrees, 50 degrees. I'm like, holy crap, man. It's like I make sure my figures are okay, make sure it's like, but of course, gotta heat them up, man. They're all frozen.
It doesn't get hot though when you're doing all the photography because when I do the lights, dude, it gets so warm.
It does. Then that's the thing when it shifts, because during the morning it's fine. Yeah, once once it's cold in the morning, it takes a while, but then as if I shoot throughout the day, then yeah, that whole room starts heating up, and I don't even realize it starts slowly creeping up. Where I'm like, oh crap, I gotta turn the AC on. It's already 70 degrees in here.
Nice.
I gotta cool down to at least 68. But no, glad to have you guys back. I think we have some people in the chat already. I know I saw Steve pop in there. Articulated Times, what's up,
What up,
man?
Steve?
Hey, what's up, bud?
Hopefully you get that tank so I can get it, that Warhammer tank. I don't know if you saw in general, Chris, but I saw. I guess it's the
the
what's it called?
Predator for the Blood Angel.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
he wants the one with the
blue ones,
Ultramarines.
the Ultramarines,
Okay.
the Berserk, whatever, or no, what was it called? It's basically the tank. It's not that bad. It's like 160, I think, when I
Yeah.
saw it on Big Bad or Joy Toy.
Cool.
But I was like, ooh, I need to get that tank. I need to get a vehicle because I've been getting really, really back into Warhammer and taking photos. But
Nice.
it's like, yep, everyone's doing well. Faded Hammer, Eric's in the house. What's up, man?
What up?
What up, man?
The Dio extraordinaire. Sorry, Chris and Dimitri, he had to
No,
take
Eric
your
can
spot.
take it, man. Eric can take it.
Chris is like, I don't want to be bothered, man. I'm making my own stuff, man. You guys,
Yes,
oh,
I'm doing
here we
stuff
go.
for myself right now rather than. I mean, I'm doing commissions, but
I was
also
wondering
for
about
myself.
that. I was wondering about that, if that was yours or if that was somebody else's.
Oh yeah,
But
that's for myself for Gears of War and Resident Evil right now.
Hell yeah.
oh, nice.
Treat
Just send it to me when you're done. Ostradamus Toys. What's up, buddy? What's up, brother?
How we
He
doing,
said,
man?
slap that like
What
button.
up,
Yeah,
Oz?
you can. You can if you want. You can if you want. We don't follow likes, We're just like an Instagram. We don't follow that. I just post pictures, and we just do this stream just for the thrill of it, just to see each other's beautiful faces, our smiles.
Pretty much.
Saying I got baked in my room today. Now it's getting cold again. Yeah, that stinks, man. During the day, that sun comes out and it beats it down, and then before you know, you got to put the AC back on.
It gets too much.
Anime Vanguard's Blocks says hello. What's up, dude?
What up?
And then KC Adventures 1 saying hi. What's up?
Casey.
What's up, man?
But no, we got another guest on this week. We're gonna have a couple of guests coming up. I think we're trying to get better of bringing people on, talking about what they got going on. But he's actually a friend of the channel, friend of the group. Got to meet him face to face at Legion's Con this past year, and he was on the stream in the past, both as a live show and as a pre-recorded. And that was kind of the first time we did that. I think we went live and went to the recording, which was kind of cool how we did that. So. But want to welcome Quaid from Corsair Creations again. He's gonna have those lovely looking pirate figures. So yeah, we can't wait to see him, man. How you doing, Quaid?
Doing all right. The pirate figures are a lot cuter than I am, so it works. They're the face of the brand.
Don't sell yourself short, man.
Yeah.
I am
got to
short.
see you
I
in
can't help
person,
it.
so I mean, yeah. How you been,
man? They look good.
Yeah. Let's see here. We can actually.
I've been all right. It's been day after day of I don't get a break. I don't get to sleep anymore.
I mean, it's getting closer though to launch, so
It's exciting.
less sleep.
Yeah, really exciting.
That's why I don't sleep anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me pull up these beauties right here. Give me a second. Oof, man. So Kickstarter starts May 1st. So everyone has to mark their calendars. May 1st is when the Kickstarter kicks off.
Now is the time to save your booty.
Honestly, so much stuff is coming out.
It is, yeah. No, these look great. Yeah, I know in the post that Quaid had done, man, people were just like asking me, even like DMing me on the side, going, what are these? Because it was on my page, because we collaborate on it. I think you too, Dimitri. I think all three of us were on that post. I guess some of them were like the first time they were seeing these figures, and they were like, oh my gosh, I need that skeleton pirate. Like that's just like I need that. It's like definitely, yeah, I'm gonna need it as
attention.
Yeah. I mean, specifically with what's sort of coming out, with other companies, this fits so seamlessly in with that and kind of complements it in a really great way,
That also adds a new flavor to it.
Yeah, I feel like this is a niche that's not served right now. So
yeah,
that's really, really great.
That was our main inspiration.
Really excited about it, especially with the.
I apologize again for the delay. I really.
Oh, you're good.
You're good.
Especially with the wave, the adventure wave that's coming out with 4 Horsemen here in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
The one that was just on pre-order. I think these are going to go great with that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was saying we need the pirates. Yes, I think that's one thing missing. Man, these are nice. Oh, and this is the artwork too. So.
Yep. Also, if people, what's it called? Quaid, where there is a small delay, so just patience.
The camera makes it a little better.
Yeah, that's no big deal.
I just love the sculpt on these figures, dude. They look so good, especially the the Charybdis figure, like the Cthulhu looking figure.
Oh, the this one, yeah.
Yes, I love the weapons and the detail of on how it's all overgrown and all that, and taken over by the coral.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said Quaid, these are around
big
7
design
inch, right?
choice that I think was very, very attractive to the Horsemen specifically.
I can see that. Happen. Yeah, and them liking that. It's really in their wheelhouse.
Also, full range of hands with the figure. That's huge. Usually you have to buy hand.
There's nobody really like him on the market either.
Not at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, look at all those hands. That's nice.
One question I do have with Quaid, is there going to be an option?
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that folks did not have to go scrounging for options.
Yep.
what's it called? The one question I do have, Quaid, for the Kickstarter, if you can release it at least, are you gonna do an option for all 3 figures being able to get purchased in one bundle?
Oh yeah, we'll have an all-in option, absolutely. And there's a couple things coming down the pipeline that will affect just the stretch goals and how we decide to line that up. But those base 3 captains, you'll absolutely be able to buy in all one package.
That's
Awesome.
nice. Yeah,
One thing
I
we
will be
feel like-
definitely doing that.
100%. These figures just look too good to pass up.
Yes, yeah, we wanted to fill in that classic pirate niche simply because it was really, really interesting working with the Horsemen at the early stage that we were, because obviously they've had their dawns of discovery subline in their head for a long time. That's been in development for years now. And so the fact that we came along when we did and wanted to introduce the theme in the setting that we did, they were so very gracious, because a line that could have stepped on each other's toes actually complemented each other very, very well. And they couldn't have been more supportive about that decision and fitting in that niche that clearly people were asking for. They were meeting one need and we were meeting a completely different one.
I wonder if Pirates gonna be the next like craze for toy companies, since it was Conan and then it was TMNT.
I can see that. I mean, that's always going to be, I think, a favorite of fans. I mean, and then just like those other ones, those other genres, I don't think they've ever really died out. So
Yeah. I also feel like my other thing too
We
is
very much wanted to. Oh, sorry,
go
I
on.
interrupted you, Dimitri.
You're fine. I was gonna say one thing we do need eventually down the line is a 1/12 scale pirate ship.
we need
Oh
that.
my
We
gosh,
need that.
if you have like 3 core payments ready.
I don't think it might not be that bad.
That's what you need. A huge, right after the Kickstarter, just start a huge crowdfund after that for a ship, right? That's what everyone wants.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll invest like my grandchildren's life savings into that.
I mean, yeah, you could wait for the 1-year anniversary and then do the Kickstarter for the ship. But in fact, let me see.
I mean, if it absolutely takes off and sets sail to the direction we're hoping.
So yeah,
There's
here's
the
the
page,
Kickstarter.
yep.
There it is. We're here, launching soon.
Not to have you reveal too much, but like how soon? So say that these do fund, and I'm sure that they will. How soon do you think you'll have designs for like the next wave?
I mean, to be fully transparent as far as our creative direction and the stage that this project is at, despite where we're starting with this initial Kickstarter, you know, that next wave might as well, outside of actually being sculpted, it might as well be designed. I mean, we know exactly what we would do next once people had this wave in hand.
Awesome. Yeah, because I'm sure people, you know, once you get these captains out, people are going to want crews for them, and you know, just to start
Absolutely.
like world building, right? So
Female pirates.
Precisely. That would be the very next priority.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. One of our main staple characters of the universe is female, and of course, that requires a whole new buck that you have to be really, really creative with repurposing. So that's taken a lot of thought just in its own right. And I don't know if she would be a wave 2 thing or not, but she'd certainly be someone that would be close on the horizon.
Yeah, just don't make sure it's not a redhead though. You got to make sure.
right.
Just saying. But
not allowed. No redheads allowed anymore.
No redheads ever again.
It's copyrighted.
Yeah, redheads. And so you announced the date. The date is May 1st, and then how long is this Kickstarter going to be running for?
Roughly 30 days. We're still locking in like the exact. It'll be between 30 to 37. We just have to decide exactly when that scheduling goes down, only because we want to make sure the timing is synonymous with IshCon at the end of May. We want that
Oh,
to be
okay.
the on display
great.
in person
Awesome.
at that convention.
Yeah,
Nice,
that was
nice.
actually going to be my next question. Is like when would we be able to see these in person at a convention or something like that? So that's really cool.
I think if you want to put their Instagram, you
So
can
our good
see all the
friends,
conventions they're at. Sorry,
yes, if you go to the website actually and you hit the events tab, that's at www.tiderealmcorsairs.com. That'll tell you all of the appearances. And our good friends Terrence St. John and his wife Gina are going to be representing us
Ooh.
at all of these places actually. So they will have the prototypes in hand. He has a booth that's set up for ZoloCon is this weekend, and that's where they just
Yep.
have a presence themselves. The prototypes won't be at that one. But the following month in March at
There you go, Jeff.
Toylanta, that will be there in physical person. And
Oh,
then the following
fantastic.
month after that, it's ToyCon New Jersey. Prototypes will be there as well. And then in May is IshCon.
Nice, nice. It's cool with Terrence. Terrence, man, Terrence and Gene, yeah, they're awesome. It's like,
They're fantastic. Terrence has been an answered prayer.
yeah, I don't know how he gets to all these shows, but I mean, hey,
He's determined. He's a determined individual.
yep. But no, he's awesome. I got to meet him a couple times at shows, and yeah, I mean that's the thing. Whichever one I go to, usually he's usually there, so I usually know I can run into him, and he usually helps out with getting
You'll
stuff.
run into him.
Yep. But awesome, awesome.
Can you go into detail about the
Kickstarter
articulation?
page is in particularly. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yes. So somewhere down there, if you go to I think the story tab is where it's located. I think like in the middle of the scroll down is where the articulation is talked about.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be further down, like past the koi.
Oh, characters. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, there's
right.
Koi.
Yep. One more down.
That's gonna
There
that's
he is.
gonna work so well. That's gonna work. I mean, that's just
Yeah, those look great together.
Okay. Oh wow.
There we go. So we actually just recently went to the Horseman and wanted to get a few more images that fully expressed the range that these guys had, and they cranked that out in a day. Actually, it wasn't very difficult. And we'll have more angles of all of those poses once the Kickstarter is live. We just wanted to get something up now.
Awesome.
That looks good. Yeah. Bicep swivel.
Yep.
Ab crunch.
Since these are being sculpted by the Horsemen, are you guys thinking about having pop and swap in the future as well with your figures?
That's something that's retained mostly specifically to Horseman as a company. So any cross compatibility very much has to be differentiated to this line. And these guys do have that capability. It just doesn't function exactly the same as the Horsemen's do. You'll actually be able to, when it comes to these three guys, the cool part about their design is that the things about their anatomy that are most exposing to who they are, of course, the hands, the heads, and the villain's feet. Those are going to be removable and interchanged between each body. So theoretically, for example, you could take all of the pieces that make Deathmoid the bony skeleton that he is and put that on Charybdis and have this coral encrusted skeleton guy, or vice versa. You could take Deathmoid's pieces and put them on Alistair and have this more standardized looking brown pirate skeleton. So there's going to be some options when it comes to cross compatibility with these guys.
Oh, there you go. Oh wow.
It's awesome. One question I do have when it comes to the whole next phase is, where do you want to take this? I mean, I don't want to ask too much. I'm working on stuff for you. I don't want to like spoil too much. I don't want to like give away too much, because I know what's next in some way, as well as like on the website there's 3 gods, of course, the ones I drew. So those are
Yes.
like in the future those are going to possibly be figures, but where do you want to go next for like wave based 2, 3, 4, etc.?
Oh, I'm just going to stop Dimitri there before he, completely steamrolls himself, because we have to give praise where praise is due to those illustrations, because he absolutely knocked the 3 gods out of the park, and they're something that are highly story relevant. They're something that we wanted people to be able to go back to and reference simply because they influence this line as a whole. They very much inform what the captains are. As products, those characters are highly ambitious. They're things that, if you guys are on board with this for the next 10 years, just like everybody's been on Horseman, that's something that you would be seeing, a little ways from now, because by nature, they are the three gods of the Tide Realm. They would be large scale figures, not overwhelmingly large for practical reasons, but they would be dominating and all require completely unique tooling. But they were such cool visuals that we wanted to be able to represent the brand not only as thoroughly as possible, but as truthfully as possible. And these guys really exemplify the design aesthetic that this whole world is going for, especially Hurricane. And that is 100% thanks to Dimitri, because we worked him from the ground up all over again from his initial concept phase.
Very nice, very nice. Man, that's very, I mean, wow.
That's not quite answering Dimitri's question, but when it comes to what we want next, like I said a little bit ago, we have very fairly set in stone design intentions for just based on fan feedback, what people have requested, and that world building is a really, really big piece of what folks are looking for. We have so much concept art in the background that we did just from day one. When we initially submitted the idea for this product line to Horseman, we had 50 plus characters to narrow down into what we could feasibly produce for a first wave, and of course we did that. But when it comes to something like Wave 2, we've not been shy about hinting towards the prospect of crew builders and giving people as much world building options as possible. But we have some very ambitious characters that we would like to get to as soon as possible, because while crew builders will be flourishing and building out what makes the line feel full, there's really, really, really cool character specific identities that go with each of these factions that are even more ambitious than something like a crew builder. And there's something that we're really excited to get in front of people once the line is sustainable enough to provide them, because they would require new tooling as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really awesome.
One thing that I know the Horseman does, and I feel like a lot of other companies have started doing, is accessory packs, especially since this is pirate based and all that. Do you think you guys will have stuff on top of the like crew building and all that, just to have like maybe cannons with extra cannonballs, or even like a huge pile of treasure as accessories later on in the future? Do you think, especially since if we're gonna do crew building and whatnot, just having those accessories to do photos wise?
Diorama pieces are something that would be highly complementary to a crew building wave, and that's something we consider very heavily, because we receive that request pretty much every time the subject comes up. So it would be silly not to approach it. And what's nice is that some of those accessories coming from Dawns of Discovery are meeting a couple of those needs. Not the weapons, but we have some ideas on that front too.
Awesome. That's honestly awesome to hear, because I feel like the biggest thing, especially when it comes to, well, like I think it was John, you picked up the accessory pack for the, what was it called? Um, what is their space wave called again?
Oh,
Cosmic Legion.
Yeah, Cosmic Legions.
Cosmic, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like, especially like when you look back at Pirates of the Caribbean and all that, just having like a mountain of gold and having your
Yeah.
like figures fighting on top of it and stuff like that, or having like barrels to like be carrying and whatnot. It's just an awesome thing to have. I know, like I said, like we both said, is that like Legions is also doing it. I feel like their stuff can definitely be fitting into this universe with that style of the designs that can easily fit for everything.
I can say from experience setting up the photography for a lot of these, because we've done our best. These prototypes are highly limited when it comes to range, just because they're delicate and there's only so much they can do at this stage. They're painted up to be as close to final as possible, but you got to get really creative when you're working with the diorama with these guys, because honestly, they can't do much more than this. But one of the fun things that we've been able to do recently is I had a really good friend from, let's see, I believe the page on Instagram is called Foam Formers, and I
yes.
don't have his name offhand, but out of the goodness of his heart, we were mailed an extra diorama piece because we don't have any in the studio right now. We had to sell them while we were at Legion's Con just to get home and also to eat while we were there. But so we have this really, really, really cool diorama piece now that once we added the addition of some of the in scale chromed out gold coins all over that thing, it absolutely just brings out the life in that setting. We have some really, really, really cool photos now that are probably going to drop as close as possible once it goes live, just because there's some of the best storytelling pieces we've seen since those early diorama shots from the summer, and those are going to recirculate as well. But you guys are going to have some really cool eye candy to look at once
Mhm.
the Kickstarter is live, because there's going to be so much new, cool photography to look at.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
Since these are prototypes, when do you think you'll have in hand of like fully articulated figures? If you can answer that at least.
Oh, I can't say. I mean, because the process is not linear when it comes to that. So there's so many kinks you got to work out from a quality control standpoint just to make sure that everything's functional. And obviously, that's all part of that development stage. But the timeline from construction to delivery can vary. 18 months is about your average. So at some point in between those 18 months, that's when you get test shots and you start evaluating what those articulation breakdowns look like and function in hand. There's been some really cool documented pieces from Animal Warriors of the Kingdom recently, and that is pretty much what to expect when it comes to a test shot. And I don't have all of the correct terminology behind what that exact piece is, but that's very much where you're at the stage dialing in all of the tolerances and getting ready to establish the paint application. And that's something that backers would be updated with the minute we had them in hand too.
Awesome. When
See,
it
I always wonder. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead,
no,
Dimitri.
go ahead, John.
No, I was gonna just say like we see the figures here, kind of like in the final state. But would anything ever change between what we see here to the actual final product? Like whether it's
That's
certain paints or the way the characters look. I mean, again, I'm new to it as well. I don't really know the cradle to
right.
grave flow of it. So it's always interesting to get somebody's person's actually that's working behind the scenes viewpoint on it.
It's called a prototype for a reason based on all
Yep.
those things, but these are so well dialed in as is that folks shouldn't expect too many changes. They are inevitable simply because there's a huge difference between sculpting something in the prototyping stage and then getting them to the point where you're communicating with the factory and establishing some of the tolerances that surround the mold release process. And all that
Yep.
means is that when something comes together in those two halves, it has to come apart cleanly to make sure that your pieces don't break when you go to assemble them. So there's certain details that, depending once you get it to the factory, may either have to be adjusted, sometimes if it's drastic, completely reworked in order to make it feasible to mold it. One thing I can say right now actually is that we're having to go in and touch up Charybdis just a little bit because he is so ambitious with his texture that we have to make sure that it's durable. And so there are some things that we have to take a little bit more into consideration than we were anticipating. And the factory and the studio is working on that right now. We don't anticipate it being a drastic change, but you have to make sure that that durability stays into factor when sending it to the factory to get it all sculpted and remolded.
Yes.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I have a question when it comes to the actual what's it called? The jackets. Do
Mhm.
you think in the future, if possible, like if more people start asking if you would change a bit more to soft goods, or do you want to keep it straight, just more pliable plastic?
It's going to be highly dependent on the type of character. These guys had leather jackets by nature, and we wanted to represent that very accurately and had full confidence just based on handling certain products that the Horsemen had already produced to be able to get the level of flexibility that we wanted. So it's very much based on character intention for these guys. But when it comes to different types of fabric, different design aesthetics for characters, it's all very much going to come down to what suits them best. In fact, just the other day, we were working on a couple other concepts that, of course, would be for the future, but it made a ton of sense for the particular concept we were working on for them to have a soft goods coat similar to this. So it's just going to depend on what that particular figure requires. And soft goods are something that are highly malleable in one sense, but if you have a specific design aesthetic and you can meet the design aesthetic without compromising the mobility, then it's always good to examine both options. But soft goods are absolutely something that are on the table once we reach a point where they would be, what's the word? Once we reach the point where they're highly appropriate for that character anyway.
Awesome. So I know you did talk about it on Toy Mercs, how the plastic wise for the coat's going to be similar to Frankenstein from Four Horsemen's Creature Obscura figures.
That's one example. It's specifically very similar to Jacob Marley. Jacob's coat is proportioned a little bit differently, but that flexibility is something that we're on top of when it comes to talking to the factory, and they're fairly intuitive. I mean, they've done this for years and years and years and years and years, so they know exactly what fans are looking for when it comes to in-hand flexibility. These are something that so long as we can make them as mobile as possible, we're going to, because that's just what's going to make it enjoyable in hand.
Awesome.
And I take it the
Quick-
jacket does come off though, right? So
Yes, absolutely.
Quinn, can I ask what the genesis of this was? Like, I don't know. Had you worked on other toy lines before, or like,
I wish
or
this
like,
is our first one.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if you
and
were just
so-
like you love pirate movies and wanted to do this, or how it all kind of came about.
You know what? You really can boil it down to being that simple. It's not, but at the same time, it is. It came down to the fact that this is something I've wanted to do since I was a child. I always expected that I was going to grow out of toys and didn't, and hit adulthood, and it seemed like a lot of
What
those
is that
doors
like?
were right. Seemed like a lot of those doors were closed to me at not only an early age, but the educational background that I have. And once we came across the Horsemen, some of those doors were opened in a way that I didn't realize were there. And it helped that I did already have a concept in the back of my mind. I have a background in filmmaking before I do toy making, actually. And so storytelling is just kind of ingrained into my history. A pirate story is something that I had in my head for a long, long time, simply because I noticed a gap in the film industry. I thought it was strange that Pirates of the Caribbean was the only series that touched on kind of a high fantasy storytelling version of that theme. And so always said to myself for the longest time that I would love to do that. Here I come into, walking into what's essentially my dream industry, and I'm able to take both of those ideas and put them into one. And for some reason, the same gap that existed within the film industry exists right here in the toy industry. And I couldn't think of a better studio to do the pirate genre justice than Four Horsemen. We had some specific design aesthetics we wanted to meet, and they were the studio for the job.
Awesome. Thank you.
I completely agree. Their Four Horsemen sculpts and their storytelling on their aspect is like superb when it comes to their figures, and I think it's a perfect segue to having them sculpt these figures for you.
They did an absolutely wonderful job. We had concepts that we were very, very happy with to start out with. But once they were in hand from the Horsemen, we had them at a 9 or a 10, and they just brought them up to 11. They were absolutely knock out of the park. And Charybdis is interesting because he only took one pass at every single level when it came to the concept, to the sculpting, to the paint master. It was a one and done, which is interesting because he's fairly complex as a character.
Yeah. I do see in the promotional images on the eyes especially that they're supposed to be glowing. Are you guys planning on having it be more glowing of like the paint sculpt, or are you guys planning on using something like UV paint so when it activates through UV?
Right now, that's not part of the plan, but the interesting thing about the paint on the prototypes is that right now they do react that way, at least specifically when it comes to Morningstar. The blue on his eye is highly reactive to UV light. So that's something that we're going to develop once we get into the production stage. If we can do that, we will, but that's a question that I still need answered simply because the tolerances on the paint at a paint master stage are a little bit different than what the factory is able to offer. They're similar, but you have to budget it correctly.
Got it. Because isn't there, if I'm not mistaken, there's the Four Horsemen figure that has that, right? Like the UV reactive stuff.
I think so. I can't remember off the top of my head
Yeah,
which one that is, but it's probably as a Hazar, I would imagine.
Okay. I think it might be one of the Mode 2. What is it called actually? I think it's the
Tributes.
skeleton. Yeah, tributes.
Mhm.
I know they've tested out on a few figures.
I know it's been done, so it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I feel like that would definitely, especially with the what's it called, Morning Stars, sword being so blue.
Hmm.
Um, I think that would definitely be perfect, especially since one, I feel like that one, like we talked about it before, having like a mixture of both supernatural and creature aspects, but then also the classical pirates, and I feel like that sword blends both of that aspects into one figure.
Oh, is it this?
Absolutely. The Eye of the Storm was achieving that aesthetic.
Yes.
It was the undead pack, right? So I never tried that. I never tried it. Well, I don't have a UV light, but yeah, never tried that.
Oh,
Oh,
I've
what?
never tried that either.
It's like we're all gonna get
That is-
UV
Which
light.
is saying something.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Damn, I have to
Well,
do
all
that,
I
or at least
know is that it's something that the prototypes already react to, so it's definitely going to be something
nice,
that
nice.
confirm once we get to the production stage.
Awesome. Yeah, because these, I mean, I feel like these definitely have that supernatural feel, especially like you said, Charybdis. Like that paint already feels like it's glowing on the
Yeah.
face.
Charybdis really does look like that in person, and that's one of the reasons why we're adaptable when it comes to those features, because the paint is so effective as is that it just depends on which direction the factory feels that it can push it once it's at that stage.
Awesome. Um, I do have a question regarding Kickstarter. If you can answer, I know back when you and I talked before, we discussed pricing. Is there a locked pricing at the moment yet for these figures, or can that not? Are you guys still figuring that out?
We're getting closer and closer to that. Right now, it's Lunar New Year at the factory, so everything is temporarily shut down, which means they're still coming back to the quotes that they're working on for us. They're pretty much right in the middle of it when they closed. So, but we have it pretty well locked in of what we want, and it's comparative to everything else that's fairly standard on the market. We want these to be affordable. We'd actually like to sell some pirates, so we're not interested in price gouging people just based on, I don't know, the novelty of it. That would be strange. So we want to make sure that they fit right in line with a lot of the things that you can expect from the Horseman. This is, an indie line, and you're not just supporting a new toy line, but also a new company. So there's certain things that funding goal is taking into account that, your average mass-produced product is not able to meet. But that pricing is something that we're keeping our finger on very, very closely, because we want it to be as affordable as humanly possible. And we're pretty confident we're going to be able to make that happen.
Awesome. Is that is is that no John on the Four Horsemen one?
Mhm.
Is that like the standard scaling, the koi? It's like the 7 inch, right?
Yeah,
Like
I think
Yeah,
that's the regular.
that's standard. Mhm.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Yep,
regular.
he's right in there.
Awesome.
And he's fun because his mobility is very similar to what folks will be able to expect from these guys as well.
Nice.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Very cool. Somebody in the chat has a good question, which is, what's the target funding goal?
That's exactly what we're still working out with the factory. We have a pretty close idea of what it's going to turn out to be, but you have to nail in. What's keeping it at the development stage still is the stretch goals and baking in absolutely everything, because what's essential for a Kickstarter campaign is making sure you have that math dialed into a T. You don't want to overextend yourself, but even worse, you don't want to underextend yourself. You want to make sure that you have as much of that dialed in as possible before you hit launch, simply because you can run into a real big headache later down the line if you haven't accounted for, even something obvious like shipping and distribution conversations. So there's a lot that, while complex to talk through, it's just following things from A to B, and you get to that last dollar, that last cent, and you have your number.
Exciting.
Any future plans for maybe like mounts or like creatures that would go along with the line? Not to jump too far ahead.
Right, that's jumping
It's
real
just
far ahead, but at the same time,
honestly,
it's not jumping any further ahead than we have. There's
I
so
just
much concept stuff behind this game that the amount of world building this stuff has on its own, you guys have no idea. So
yeah.
that's,
It's just you're doing pirates, so like
within
you're doing pirates, so
a
naturally it's like
wishful thinking setting,
yeah,
that's a hard
right,
yes.
right, okay. Yeah, it's just hard to not like think naturally when you're thinking about pirates, thinking about sharks or octopi, different
Oh,
things like that.
absolutely.
Yeah,
You mean
Absolutely.
undead sharks?
yeah,
yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
awesome.
Oh, Dimitri, don't
I feel-
embroil me.
I feel like the only shark figure we have is NECA with the jaws.
The Jaws, yeah.
And
Yep.
even that one's
Yep.
like hard to even track down. And I feel like when it comes to pirates, the biggest thing about it, and then especially with Joe's, is that everyone just wants animals. And I feel like
Mhm.
going down that route would definitely benefit, especially having like I think we discussed it, having like a parrot accessory for pirates and all that to hook
Oh,
on
yeah.
their shoulder eventually, and even like possibly like a little monkey accessory.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, another question on card reviews. Have you considered working with an established toy maker like Fresh Monkey Fiction or Big Bad Workshop? Seen lots of indie toy makers pitch some very creative ideas, but they don't get funded production.
A lot of guys from those studios are actually really, really good colleagues. They all kind of function within the same circle. So we are in communication with a
Oh,
couple
sweet.
of those guys. Outside input is really, really important to us as a new entity because you want to get all your ducks in a row. You want to make sure you know what you're doing. So taking advice from veterans within the service is something that we are highly responsive to and take input from whenever it's offered. And sometimes, whether it's offered or not, I'll just go bug people because I want to learn.
I think it was Savage Crucible that did it. Do you think something for the Kickstarter stretch goal? I think they did a throne, a 3D printed throne at the file that you can use on your own and print it yourself. Do you think you can have stuff like that for accessories possibly in the future for Kickstarters, stretch goals? So if you can't print it out yourself and make, or not print it out, if you can make it yourself and sell it, do you think giving access like stuff like that for consumers as stretch goals is a possibility?
I wish that was something that we were able to integrate into this campaign, but that's very likely something to consider for the next one.
Awesome. Yeah, I feel like that's a really big thing, especially when it comes down to it. I think the biggest thing when it comes to the pirate stuff is creatures. Like, I just want creatures.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
bet
Everything
that's
that goes
hard.
with Charybdis is our favorite. I can't get enough of his aesthetic and his crew and everybody that goes with him. And what's fun is that while there's a lot of supplementary lines from other indie companies right now that could really fit in with Charybdis specifically, which is nice because he's kind of the most ambitious and probably the most visually interesting character. So you've got some supplementary things from Savage Crucible. There's quite a few that I could name, honestly. You've got the giant crab guy coming from Dawn's of Discovery. So it'll be easy to kind of fake fill out his ranks while people are waiting for the next campaign, because obviously those characters are not pirate aesthetic. They're simply sea creatures, and our sea creatures are highly pirate aesthetic. So it's nice that we're able to meet a niche that other companies are also touching on in their own unique way so that people have some supplementary play patterns to work with while they're waiting for the next line.
Awesome. John, can you go back to the what's it called website and go to the Discover the Crew page? I think actually is it? I think it's like the one where it's like the comic book style art.
Let me see here. Yeah.
Yeah. Are these so? Is this going to be like some of if down the line possible crew we'll get for figure wise?
These are most assuredly very intrinsically baked in concepts. These are purposefully done to be suggestive as far as their illustration goes because they're just concepts. They're not locked in at
Yeah.
a design phase at all. And that's one of Noah's, our illustrator here, his strong suits is making it dramatic and moody and edgy. But these are all named characters within universe. And that's something that people will be able to probably have their thoughts percolate on a little bit longer post Kickstarter, simply because during the campaign, those 30 days or so, we will be attaching with the backer updates. So that'll be on a daily basis, the audiobook that we are producing for this first wave of toys.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
quite a lot of these characters are part of that lineup. And so they have varying degrees of story relevance within universe, and there's so much within this world that's, it's just giving you a taste in this first audiobook.
Awesome. Because I feel like Death Mold is like especially the one I feel like what was it? I think it was the Captain Nemo crew for Mezco. How those were just the same body but different head sculpts. I feel like that's perfect for Death Mold since it's just skeleton bodies. You can probably just pop and swap a different aspect, and that's why I was talking about the Four Horsemen pop and swap since I feel like that's perfect for skeletons.
It's
I'm
funny
pretty sure it's
because
gonna be a lot
Captain
harder.
Death Void is, if you have your, essentially, if you wanted a vanilla undead pirate captain, that's essentially what he is. He's meeting exactly what you'd think that character would look like. And the Perished, his crew, are monstrous by nature. They are all highly, highly different from what he is, and they push the bounds of what that pirate aesthetic can achieve within some different creative realms of thought.
Nice. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be harder to do not pop and swaps, but like using the same mold for what's it called for a crib. This is crew because those all look like
Yeah.
Yeah.
their own single molds.
Yeah. Different characters.
Yep, they're ambitious by nature. It's fun. That limitation is fun because you can figure out ways to meet a challenge in ways that you wouldn't have initially thought. If you've got all the money in the world, then you can just kind of solve every problem with another dollar bill. But if you can make your line cross compatible with each other, not only that, but renewable at a monetary stage, it just breathes life into the longevity of it. And there's some real, I've never seen a studio make better use of tooling multiple times than Four Horsemen. And these three captains have so much unique tooling to them as is, even though they do share parts, that it's really, really fun to find a balance where you have a base mold and build it out into somebody new. At least as a toy maker for myself, that's a challenge that I really, really relish because it's an essential part of making a sustainable brand, but it's also a really fun testament to ingenuity.
Yeah. I know we discussed it, I think, on our first show we had you on, of like you do want to end up building a pirate ship if that, like, at the end goal of everything. Would there be something else you would like to have, like, big picture wise of a figure that you'd want to see in this universe? I know we discussed the gods and how the gods possibly could be closer to around the McFarlane mega figures.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And is there anything bigger you want to go possibly try to go for, like be creature wise, or maybe even something like a huge, just a whole all-in package of crews?
A 112 pirate ship?
Uh, we get that request more often than anything else. I think it all comes down to, how much space you guys have and how much of a parking garage you want to dedicate to that. Because if you're going to be realistic, you want a 112 scale pirate ship, it's probably going to take a city block to make that happen. But something that we have not only baked in within the story, but it's something that would probably make toy fans' jaws drop is, this isn't me sticking my foot in it essentially and getting ahead of myself, but we've heard the phrase release the Kraken many, many a time, and I can't say that it's not something we don't think about on a daily basis.
Nice.
One sec.
Yeah, I mean, we got to think about like even with legions. You know, how long were people talking about a dragon, and it wasn't years and years until that kind of came into fruition.
10 years?
The
10 years, probably.
The
About.
dragon is, yes, I think 10 years was what Cornboy told me. The dragon is an unprecedented event for an indie toy company because, you know, we've seen ambitious projects come from Mattel and more specifically Hasbro.
Yeah.
And those things are, when Hasbro's crowdfunding something that it's a big deal, or at least it's supposed to be. That doesn't seem to be the rule. But when you have a large conglomerate like that needs to go to their fans directly for a concept like Unicron, for example, it's something that should be unprecedented, and it's breaking the bounds of what you can do as a creator. And the Dragon was absolutely that conversation for that company, and it's a testament to not just how much time, energy, patience, and love that a brand has to have from its fan base in order to sustain that kind of ambition. And that dragon is living proof of how not only loyal the Mythic Legion's fan base is, but how many possibilities there are on the horizon. And so I know people are going to take a look at that product once they have it in hands and envision things that are just as ambitious as that. And it's something that should be eye-opening simply because that's not an impossibility, but it's absolutely, a hard fast in it for the long haul. It's something that you'd be waiting a while in order to do it right.
That was so well said. Somebody needs to clip that. Somebody clip that.
Well, I've been working with LPZZ recently. A big thing for them keeping costs down, because reality is shipping is the big problem, and also going too big is going to cost you more shipping. And with their Justice League Snyderverse Batmobile, the way they worked around that was doing a model kit, but a model kit where it's as limited to a model kit and closer to a figure, like a whole put together figure, so it can keep the cost down. And they're trying to do the same thing with, what is it called, the Arkham Knight Batmobile, where it's still technically a model kit to keep costs down. Do you think it's a possibility in the future rather than having like one huge, massive piece that's going to take up so much shipping cost?
You wouldn't be able to. Like a 1/12 scale pirate ship is impossible. You would not actually be able to make that happen. But you might be able to get something a little bit less ambitious, like a shipwreck type scene, which would be something that I think you absolutely would have to approach from a modular standpoint. And then, of course, to your testament, a sustainability standpoint. So it's something that, I don't know how we would approach it. It's also way down the line, but it's something that you don't want to get locked in from a build-a-figure approach, because that tends to affect the longevity of the line pretty negatively. You lock in customers for a product that they didn't necessarily ask for. So you want to make sure that you're at a place where your brand can sustain what that means, and also that need is being met to the capacity that those action figures can too. So you want to have the groundwork set before you start branching out to things quite that large.
Yeah. And let's be honest, as much as we're all adults here, I feel like, especially I know John, it's happened to you a lot, is we lose a lot of our stuff, accessory wise. Model key like that would definitely be an issue.
Yeah.
Calling John out. Jeez.
I mean, it happens. I mean,
It does. Me too. Drives
Well, I
me nuts.
mean, what was it? The cigarettes for Mezco, all those end up in the carpet at least once a month.
oh, here's a cool question. I think we was brought up before, but is there a graphic novel or some other kind of supporting media to backstop this toy line? It seems like the approach you're taking is piggyback off established IP is not a bad idea, but which again, I mean, fair question, but again, I think that's a lot of this graphic art. I mean, if you want to go into it quick, but yeah, I think that's we've talked about a couple of times, but also like how I mean, sometimes you may need that, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's fine with just using the just the theme of pirates. But
I was going to say piggybacking is an interesting term simply because it's approach that we thought we were going to have to lean on more heavily than we did. Obviously, you have that initial that high fantasy genre was met to such a level with Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean that it's very much so wholeheartedly ingrained into what people kind of expect from this genre. And once we found the aesthetic middle ground to achieving cinematic action figures while having toyetic action figures, there was very much a little window in there that gave these guys their identity all of their own. And it's something that very much took life once that was achieved. And so the storytelling is something that is critical to what made the aesthetic and the design direction for these guys what it is. And there's so much backlogged in the Pirates Codex actually up there on the website that informs just what makes this story and this realm so specifically unique from anything that's come before it. But it is very much supposed to fit within all of the standards that have made indie toy making as aesthetically gratifying and fulfilling as it is now, because you don't see things like that in standard retail release. You're just not meeting the same need. So all that uniqueness that we poured into the storytelling is reflected on the sculpts, and there's actually little details on every single guy that is story relevant. There's not a single object on them that doesn't go into that lore, and that lore is meant to be supplementary. It's meant to be something that you can enjoy if you're that versed into what makes Tide Realm Corsairs what it is, or you project yourself onto that object. They're very much meant to be evergreen and fit within what other people's idea of the pirate storytelling could be for them as individual.
Very well said. Very well said.
I do think you said it's also going to be what's it called though, a comic book,
But a
right?
graphic
Like
novel. Yeah. So one of the things that we've had to dial back on when it comes to the amount of things we're juggling as a company, simply because a Kickstarter is so complex, is we wanted to have a chapter book with a lot of pretty much the same story content that you're going to hear in the audiobook around the same time as the Kickstarter. And getting a book off the ground is actually just as ambitious as the toy line. So that's something that we're going to examine a little closer post Kickstarter and see how we can fit that in. But we have so many talented artists, not that, I'm going to name any names in this live stream, that are working with us on this company. And we have so much in the backlog of what to illustrate this world to be, that it would be a shame not to have a lore book of some kind for physical consumption. So that is a need that we would like to meet in the future.
Awesome, dude. Ideally, you have a map of the actual like whole Tide Realm area, or Tide Realm kind of like sections, or is that going to be part of like in design of the box packaging, similar to like what Savage Crucible does with their box, where inside of the actual sleeve is the map itself of the world?
We have a similar design intention in mind. We would like to integrate that map into the boxes 100%. And that seems fairly likely at this point. I don't think it's going to be difficult to make that happen.
Awesome.
Wait, do you have a favorite toy line?
It's funny because it couldn't be in more contrast to what I'm doing, but Transformers has always been so very
Nice.
near and dear to my heart. And most of the, three of the guys here know that about me. But I could talk about that story and that toy line and everything from start to finish from 1984 to today just fascinates me. And a lot of the storytelling from some of those tropes within that world actually trickled into this one, just because I can't help but be inspired by good storytelling, and specifically good storytelling that pairs best with toys.
So are you saying a possible Transformers and pirate ship collab?
Okay, Dimitri, we're gonna have to get you out of the Dropbox.
It would be awesome, because
It would
not
be
gonna lie.
mind blowing.
Are you
Have
reading
you-
any of the current comics?
The current comics, so the Skybound, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
I have, well, it's probably no shock to anybody. I've had really limited time for the last year, so I've not had as much opportunity as I would like to brush up on some of that stuff. But it's caught my eye simply because it's so very similar. The art direction, anyway, is so similar to G2, which we haven't seen in a long time.
Mhm.
Big recommendation. Just putting it up.
I know folks are enjoying it very, very much. They must be,
Yeah.
because Hasbro is taking cue and integrating some of those story points just within the main line now.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Transformers, actually, do you think, if possible, in the future, instead of going a whole 1/12 ship, do you think maybe scaling something down to maybe like 1/18 possibly, just to have that and like something smaller, so not having such a massive thing?
Oh yeah, you would want to approach a character like that from, a reasonable form of production. There's only so many things that even a physical object can handle. Going back to Transformers, there's so much complexity with those Titan class guys. There's a reason their engineering has to be fairly simplistic, just for practical reasons, just for them to hold up their own weight. And it's can be more simple in one regard to a humanoid form, and then highly complex for complete opposite reasons when it comes to that silhouette. So it's, as far as meeting the challenge when it comes to those design traits, it's something it changes every time people approach a toy like that.
Yeah, 100%, dude. For the actual figures, though, when it comes down to it, so just to clarify, these three figures can be the main things for the Kickstarter, correct?
Yes. Wave one is these
Okay.
three captains, as far as that bulk, not bulk, but that first wave.
Do you guys also have the tiers planned out fully yet, or is that still coming along? Because it's still, we have like what, until May, so like about a few months at least, like 2 or 3 months.
We have 2 months here, which feels like about 2 weeks to me based on what's on my plate. But those tiers are pretty well locked in for what we want. Again, they're all going to all that's going to fall in place the minute those factory quotes are in, and that'll put the pin in exactly where those line up. But we know pretty much what we want, and we know pretty much what we're sticking with at this stage.
Awesome. It sounds like it's moving along pretty far there, at least. Because I feel like the biggest thing when it comes to Kickstarter is the assurance that something's going to happen. I know, what is it? What was the one we were talking about for a while? The horror one? Like, what was it? Cursed
sure.
Dead, I think
Oh,
that.
which one was it?
Cursed Dead, I think it was.
Yeah, Curse of Death. I think that's the one.
And
Mm.
yeah, and at the moment we have like nothing on that. I feel like that's the big
Yeah.
thing when it comes to a lot of people, is that like Kickstarter is just such an, if not iffy, but such a hit or miss thing, because not everyone is always able to fund their project, but also keeping that link to the actual consumers, like, hey, here's updates, this is when stuff will happen, oh, it's been delayed and whatnot.
One of the key parts of hosting a Kickstarter, and pretty much the defining characteristic of a campaign like that, is transparency and clarity. So if you are not consistently updating your consumers, and to the same extent your consumers are not consistently receiving updates, that's a pretty good indication that the framework for this particular project is maybe not as steadfast as the creators wanted you to think. Now, most of that is not done in cases like that for people to be, malicious or shisty or whatever. It comes back to that same conversation of making sure that your numbers are dialed into as close to complete accuracy as possible. You're not ever going to be able to get it perfect, because there's always something you're going to not be able to anticipate for in the production phase. Either costs will go up in one case or the other. Sometimes they'll go down, which is what you want to pray for. But Kickstarter is something that lives and breathes on transparency and sustainability. And those are things that, just on the transparency level, we've been committed to meet from the very beginning. We've almost been too communicative, because there's so much stuff for you, for you to go through online. And then when it comes to sustainability, we have the backbone with the Horsemen and their factories that are tried and true to this whole experience. So it's all but assured that these will come in hand, if not exactly as anticipated, probably better. It's just based on how much experience that factory has. I'm super encouraged every time I talk to our production manager, because we have such veteran folks working on these guys that even things like articulation is able to be refined just that extra level once you hit production stage. And so I'm really excited for this campaign, simply because we've been able to hold that standard that fans should expect from a Kickstarter campaign.
Of course, in the chat, why from no, excuse me, from Uncarded Reviews 9721, why introduce all three captains in one wave? Why introduce a couple army builders based on each captain's design, and then have the captain be deluxe figure of each wave?
All that boiled very much down to budget, and starting a brand new company is even more ambitious than starting a new toy line. If you're starting from scratch, you have a lot to take into account. And the three captains were chosen specifically because we wanted to offer the strongest design aesthetics and the most satisfying toy first, rather than make sure that people could get as much as possible on their shelf at one time in one go. Not only are we testing the waters, there's already a pun for this evening, but
Yeah,
for
no pun
a
intended.
new essentially a new genre that's not fully explored within the toy industry, but we want to make sure to represent it well right out the gate. And these captains were giving us the option to do the best of all of the worlds that went into making this what it is. Crew builders felt not underwhelming, but not as exciting as leading with what makes this world specifically as exciting as it is. And these three captains are so tied to each other with aesthetic and storytelling motifs that we just couldn't find anything that was as interesting to lead with as these guys, simply because we wanted to make sure this first wave felt like a complete experience rather than giving folks side characters first, which just makes that palpable desire for the leader. As a kid, you get in your hand, maybe you have Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, and it's kind of sad because you don't have Optimus Prime. What are you supposed to do without that lead guy? And so we want to lead with those most important characters that make this story feel solidified and grounded, which wets the palate in a completely different direction. And I think I've used water and wet and everything related too many times in this diatribe of mine.
Well, I think that's like the biggest thing is that you need to come out your heavy hitters off the bat to
Yes.
capture people. And
Yes.
I was talking to a bunch of people who are interested in this line, and the big one that always gets them is Charybdis, just because it's an interesting design. And I think that was perfect. Everyone loves everything, but I think Charybdis is the one that stands out, and then next is Deathmoid, just because it's the sculpting work, and the reality is, like you said, we don't have these kinds of creatures or figures in figure form yet at all. And when it comes to army builders, I feel like personally for me, I don't know how you guys feel, John, Chris, and Rob, is that I don't think I would want to buy a Kickstarter for just army building.
Right. We had to approach this as not just a new idea, but something that was highly attractive for a first round in for someone that maybe isn't even expressly a hardcore pirate fan yet. You want to have something to draw them in as the individual that they are. And I can guarantee you that if we had led with a wave that was, say, maybe three distinct human pirates to varying degrees of ambition, that it wouldn't have been as attractive, not because pirates is not sustainable as an IP, but you want to introduce that high fantasy element so that it is toyetic and fitting in with everything that's already established within the industry. And so being able to meet these three captains on such a unique level for each character was absolutely what solidified that decision making.
It's like a sampler, a little sampler size of all the
Precisely. Absolutely. Wet your palate. Oh my gosh, I did it again.
But no, that's perfect though, because I think, and it's how you look at it. I know some people would be upset if you didn't have like captains or the big, like these big three coming out, and you may have some people upset. Well, I really want like some more army builders because maybe they want to use that for, what's coming down from other places that's out there. But I think, for me, I'm always like, you know what? Let me get the big heavy hitters first. Let me get those big ones out, out of the gate. If you're starting a Motu line, I want He-Man, Skeletor, Tila, Man-at-Arms, and Evil Lyn. Give me those, right out of the gate, and then you can give me the other ones afterwards. But I need those heavy hitters.
Well, and the thing about the crew building conversation is that, just because this line is starting small, it's a conversation we have all the time. And it's something that, fan feedback is essential when meeting a new
Yeah.
indie line. You want to make sure that you're presenting what your consumer fan base uh, and the thought process that they have surrounding what they would like from you. You want to put that before your own desires. We have characters that we're attached to very much on an individual level, but just on an emotional front, we want to get them done quickly, but they're not precisely what people are asking for. So that's what you prioritize as a creator. And crew builders are something that is a rock and a hard place when it came to giving people more in one area or more in another. And I can safely say that people will be very pleased with the stretch goals. That's all I can say at this point.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Nice. Nice.
Well, let's be real. I feel like the big thing too. Actually, I know Rob and I have been trying to get into it right now. Is with the Skull Toys Cronin figure, trying to get World War II soldiers right now to army
Yeah.
build. Just to have in the background is that when it comes to collectors and army builders, we want it cheap. Like having to buy 15 figures at like 40, $50 is going to be too much, honestly. Like unless it doesn't come
Oh
with
yeah.
enough
Oh yeah.
stuff. Like Joe's is $30, but they come with enough stuff. And I think that's the big thing is that if you're
Absolutely.
gonna do a Kickstarter and it's, let's say this is like you said, it's an indie Toyland and what's it called? The Army Builder was like $40 plus shipping and tax and all that, probably even more than that. It's like 50, close to 50. It's gonna be too much and it's gonna
Oh yeah.
make people less appeal to buying Army Builders.
Precisely.
even the,
Dimitri hit the nail on the head there. It would just be harder to meet your funding goal with that thought process.
Are you saying that, Rob?
I was just saying that even the horsemen, their Legion builders are $30. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like
Yep.
the big
Yep.
thing.
Yeah.
What's it called?
What all
Like
boils
for
back
me,
down to that sustainability thing, because
go ahead, Quaid.
I was just saying that you want to fill up those shelves quickly if you're army building, and so you want to make sure that you have an affordable product out the gate. But when you're trying to simultaneously create a premium product, you have a little bit of a different conversation than you do with a stormtrooper.
Right.
Yes.
Sorry, I feel like we're backtracking a little bit with this question, but you mentioned earlier the coats come off. So do the arms pop off and then you take the coat off, or can you kind of slide the coat off of the arms?
That's going to be something that we decide at the factory, but right now the proposal is, for the arms to be removable so that you can get that
Mhm.
coat off.
Cool.
Always a good option. So I see right here we have 543 followers, and actually probably a little bit more after the show. But no,
Oh, yeah.
hopefully we turn these on. We convert these followers into backers. So once this thing kicks off, that thing will at least have over 500 backed.
The goal right now is to get that notify me on launch button to hit that 1,000 number, because that's a
1,000.
really strong indicator of not only the interest of a theme right out the gate, but it informs Kickstarter to put that in front of exactly the audience that's already shopping for it. It's really, really cool to look at Kickstarter and just search action figures. And right now, these are one of the very first things that pops up among several dozen
Oh,
other really awesome projects that are coming down the pike. And so we've been really pleasantly surprised with how quickly that follower count has grown on this page. And it's been about 3 weeks or so that the page has been up, and I think we went up about 20 or 30 people just today.
oh wow.
And there's a couple
Nice.
metrics that I could follow to explain that, but it's just really, really encouraging this early in the game, and specifically for the reason that early backers on a Kickstarter are absolutely what gives a project its legs. When you put your name down for a Kickstarter project day one, you are absolutely the powerhouse that is propelling that funding goal to the halfway point. And you want to make sure that you're funded about 50% halfway through the campaign, because that's what's going to leave fans the time they want in order to get those stretch goals unlocked. And that only happens when you hit that funding goal early. And that early funding goal is also what tells Kickstarter to keep that metric going and keep it in front of the public eye. And so the first 72 hours of a Kickstarter campaign are the most critical. And those 500 and some odd followers are people that were absolutely hoping, banking, coming back for that first day, because they're absolutely what lets this set sail. And the cool thing about a Kickstarter is that you aren't charged until the end of the campaign at all. You're not losing anything to put your name down as soon as humanly possible.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Cool. When it comes to the actual figures themselves, though, we see 3 already. Is there any more factions you want to add to the entire world to have later on? Like right now, we definitely have skeleton, regular human, and of course more like crustacean kind. Or is there anything else you would like to add, like faction or even like mythology-wise?
This is just dipping. Here's another pun. This is just dipping your toe in the water when it comes to factions for this this line. We led with the 3 strongest, but we have so many in the background, and a couple of those are fleshed out within the audiobook. Those are teased within the storyline for year 1.
Awesome.
And you said the audiobook is going to be sort of like accompanied by certain drops as you kind of get closer or after the launch.
Yeah, so the audiobook is going to be published daily on the YouTube channel for Tide Realm Corsairs, as well as we just want to make sure that it's in front of people at whatever platform they're utilizing. That's going to be the best place to go to enjoy it at its fullest, but we're at least going to have that link in backer updates every single day as the project proceeds.
That's awesome. Kind of get people jazzed up and things kind of build on each other, kind of develop further along. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Momentum is a huge part of what makes a Kickstarter campaign what it is, and that's one of our ways of meeting that. And it's something that we're able to just give to fans right out the gate. You know, the audiobook doesn't cost anything. That's something we're giving to people just because they're excited about the line and part of the campaign.
Here's the link for that too, for the YouTube.
Oh, okay.
For this in the chat. Honestly, though, I'm so excited for these figures. Like, they're one of the things that I feel like when these were announced, and then Mythic Legions, like even if you get these, you're like, I need some more stuff. It, like you said, complements each other, and when don't have to wait for more down the line. You can always just keep going, and mix and match.
Absolutely.
I'm glad
Absolutely.
you thought about scaling too, because the scaling with Mythic Legion, especially when it comes to more 112 figures, Mythics are larger. So I'm glad that you went with larger figures, so it keeps in line with that.
We had several options when we first proposed the idea. There was a couple different scales we considered, but even from the beginning, we were pretty dead set on a chunky 7-inch guy.
Very nice, though. Man, that's awesome stuff, though, Quay.
Give me one second.
I'm so glad to have been able to come back and sit with you guys and talk high seas again, because you know you guys have been such admirable supporters from the very, very beginning, and it's wonderful to be able to keep sharing as this campaign progresses, and the closer and closer we get to launch. Seeing the excitement in people's faces each time they look at those prototypes again, because sometimes on a live stream, that's the first time folks have had a chance to look at them again.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, but also speaking of sharing, what we have on our show usually, and I mean, this. I think you're more than a guest now. I mean, you're part of the crew, and you know, no pun intended. But do you have any? All the puns. Did you get anything new? Any new pickups as far as figures or anything?
I wish. I'm too busy trying to get my own toy line off the ground. I have no money to be part of the hobby like I used to be at one point.
Oh man, but you know what? They're great looking toys. So yeah, I get that. I get that 100%.
That's more than a reward to jump from the consumer platform to the creator platform. That's paying in itself.
Yeah, I get that. What about you, Chris? Did you pick up anything?
Me? No, nothing came in this week. I'm still kind of playing with that big Horseman shipment I got last week, and I did actually just get notification that the bear's on his way, so that's cool. I'm glad.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Was that your bear noise, Rob? Is that what that was?
Yeah, I still haven't gotten my notification on any shipping from this wave, and it's killing me.
None of
I
it?
mean,
Nothing. I've gotten nothing.
Did you all
Wow.
in or did you part it out?
No, I just parted it out. But I only ordered 3 figures, but like,
yeah.
where
One
are
of the
they?
bear,
You know?
the bear, right?
Yes, I got the bear, Atlas, and Scapular.
Yeah. Also,
I'll
you
be
finally you
right
got
back,
big bears.
guys. Take a break for just a second.
Are you
Yeah.
good? He got his
Just,
bear.
Oz got his bear. Heck yeah.
I'm
I'm still waiting. I haven't got any notification on the bear and Nev or the Barbarian Pack. I got Atlas, and
yeah, but you
then
got Atlas at least. I
yeah,
just don't
and
understand it. I don't know if I waited longer to order, and that's the order that they're going. You know what I mean? Or I don't know
maybe
if
that does make sense though, because I ordered Atlas first, like right off the bat, and then I ordered the bear. It was like the last minute. I think around Christmas when
Yeah.
when I order
I-
when I
I
ordered
did
those.
wait a little bit. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
wait a little bit to order. So maybe that's the deal.
Yeah. Hold on a
I've
second.
never
What's that?
seen your dog, Dimitri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he there the whole
Whoa.
time?
No, he's in the room right now because he wanted to come in.
Came from the shadows.
Dang.
What you got there?
Yeah, that's a
Got a
bulldog right
bulldog?
there.
Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
Awesome.
let me in. I'm trying to
just
convince
super
my,
needy.
my wife into getting a Frenchie, but she's like, she doesn't like the little dogs. I mean, she doesn't like the big dogs either, but I mean, she prefers the big dogs as a protector than the
Okay.
little one.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. We didn't plan on getting a dog, but one of our friends is a breeder, and what ended
Oh,
up
nice.
happening was Lenny was someone else's dog, and their family was having issues where her nieces or nephews had to come stay over at their house for a while and live there. So their nephews are deathly afraid of dogs. So they had to get rid of him like right away. So we took him in. So he's been part of the family
Oh.
since.
Nice.
Nice.
You named him Lenny too after G.I. Joe, the one
Yeah,
of the
I'm sure that's why I did it.
Lenny.
Lenny
Yeah,
Bruce, right?
that was
I'm
just his
sure.
name.
You see how much he loves classified, Rob. I mean,
Yeah, I know. He's a big cluster.
so it's like, yeah, that's what we're going with.
What
Would
about
you-
you,
but
Rob?
you-
You got anything? Oh, I stole
Rob always
all
gets.
right.
What do you mean?
We gotta. Yeah, I hope you guys are gonna be here for a while. So I got a big Eric shipment in. I got this awesome new arch.
Oh, okay.
It's like the smaller arch, which actually works better for me than the larger one because I feel I
Yeah.
can get more in frame than the larger arch. This thing is beautiful though. He painted it for me, obviously. Really, really great stuff. And then he also sent me, which was a surprise,
Oh, sweet.
a dresser. I guess he's working on Gothic furniture a little bit.
Is
So
it hinged? Does it open?
the doors do not open, but there's a thing. Like this will pop out, so you can
Nice.
put stuff
Oh,
in.
okay.
And then he also sent me this doorway, which is the
Nice.
doorway to the tavern. This thing is absolutely beautiful. It is designed by Strange Fate, but printed by him and fully painted by him. The door pops open. It actually, I'm not gonna do it because it'll flop open, but these like locks
The hinges work. The locks, yeah.
Yeah, the locks, the hinges. It has a little peephole door right here.
Nobody
Nice.
sees the wizard. No way, no how. Nobody sees the wizard. No way, no how.
I know, right? This thing is awesome. Just an absolutely beautiful piece.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think mine should be getting in tomorrow.
The real question is, when's the tavern gonna come in?
It is being painted right now, so hopefully soon.
I was joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah. It's being painted right now. All right,
Pass it.
toy wise. This girl came in.
Is that the NECA one?
Yeah, it's the NECA.
Lucky bastard.
Did they re-release that, or did
Yeah,
you go-
it popped up.
Yeah.
It popped up randomly on Target.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
What, dude? How
Yeah.
much was that?
$129.
That's not bad
That's
at
a
all.
deal.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Popped
What's all
up
it come
randomly
with?
on Target. I don't know. I haven't opened the box. I just know she's fucking she's absolutely gigantic. So,
It's huge.
and then I took a trip to Cincinnati this weekend to one of my favorite toy stores, the toy department up there, and I indulged in my new favorite series, Monster Force. I got Donner Party, and then I got
Nice.
another Sleepwalker. These Sleepwalkers are so cool. I know what Quaid was talking about with the like $40 like. It's tough because these are $40 army builders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But which is probably why I
Mhm.
slept on this series for so long.
Mhm.
It's just the price point's just a little high. I feel like because they kind of feel like Marvel Legends in your hand. You know, nicer,
Yeah.
a little more premium. For instance, Donner Party here. Does anyone else have Donner Party?
No, I don't have any Monster Force or any
I mean,
wish.
any of the big bad.
he's a Frankenstein monster. That's a cowboy. You know.
Yeah.
Totally. I just love this concept. I've been throwing him in as many pictures as I can. I just think he's such an awesome figure. Like he probably would have been in my top 10 last year if I had been collecting this long.
Will he be now though?
I mean, I really, really love him. Like I said, just a fun concept. We don't have enough Western characters anyway. I feel like.
No.
And yeah, just that sort of like. I don't know. Yeah, I just like I said, a Frankenstein cowboy. Like what? That's so cool. These guys are also awesome. Very sort of fascist coded. Dimitri and I are waiting on the new Cronin figure, the Blood Major from Skull Toys.
Oh.
So I wanted to get some troops to like support him in our figure. And then my current favorite toy line, which is Four Horsemen Studios. I got the Tusk Phantom
Nice.
Trooper.
Nice.
And then I got Frankenstein V2,
Oh
which
man,
is
they shipped
awesome.
already.
My local store got them in on release day. So yeah, I went there. And he's awesome. I love this green color, very Universal Monsters. And I'm loving the hairless head, actually, the bald head on it for this version. And then I got, how do you say this guy's name? The snake guy.
Oh, okay.
Vernalis
Dude, he's
Ardenscale. Vernalis
good luck with
Ardenscale.
that.
You know, he's like the
Good for
only
him.
like he's the only quote unquote new figure out of the line, out of this retailer
Yeah.
wave. And not just a new colorway, but he's fantastic. Like super fun. The the snake guys, the big problem was the gap on the back of the head, but with this cloak you don't see it. This is the Red Dead cloak, by the way. It's a lot sort of like fluffier than your normal soft goods from Four Horsemen.
Is it like the red that's like in just the back part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get that? Is the bird translucent a little bit?
It is.
That's cool.
So there's supposed to be spells. The bird is a spell that he
Yeah, it's
gets.
like a
okay.
familiar, like in D&D.
Yeah.
Where did you get that from?
Where did the store that I went to?
Same.
Oh,
yeah.
so they had it at your local. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Plebs
He's
like
currently-
order on BBTS, but
Yeah. He's
So did
currently
I.
at local stores. If you want to drive up to Lexington, I can get you.
4 hours.
It'd be
Dude,
worth
that
it.
store is worth it.
It seems like it, yeah. I mean, it seems like they always have a lot. I mean,
like
the fact
the
that they
color.
also have, they have, was it Monster Force up there? Well, I gotta check mine, but mine's about like an hour. So,
But
Yeah.
really recommend this Frankenstein. I've been having a lot of fun with him. And like I said, it's just the more like Universal Monster sort of colors
yeah.
I really, really enjoy. And then I need to open this Horde Trooper.
You just get one
that's
or
it.
you get two?
I just got one.
Yeah, I got two, but it's on BBTS, so I'm fine with it waiting. It's like-
I actually I went in and I sold. I had the Boss Fight Studio Red Sonja, which I had never actually opened, and I sold it because I was so
I
pissed
wonder
at
why
Red
you
Sonja.
sold it. So, yeah.
I know. I was like, I'm going to buy Four Horsemen products with this shit.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Pay it forward.
Hold on, wait. So I hate to speculate. I don't know if this is but does the public think that it was on sort of like the Red Sonja IP end, or was it another company that was making a Red Sonja, possibly boss
So-
fight? That kind of.
It was. Did you watch Dork Lair? So Dork Lair had a big live stream on it,
I'll have to watch it. Okay.
and I think I sent it in the chat. But like the official IG account for Red Sonja
Mhm.
was spamming Four Horsemen with every the whole post, and like every commenter got a thing that was like, you should be buying this Boss Fight Studios Red Sonja instead. You should be buying this instead.
Yeah.
The official
it's like-
licensed one.
Yeah, it's so unprofessional. I can't even fathom it. It's so weird, and like it's such a like boneheaded PR stunt. It seemed like.
Yeah.
Well, I think what he was saying too is the person who owns the Red Sonja IP is also someone who was the IP infringement lawyer, who actually
Yeah,
owns the Red
Something
Sonja
like
IP.
that, yeah.
Okay,
So-
so there,
But,
Red Sonja LLC is actually the licensor for Red Sonja, but the actual owner of the license is Dynamite Comics. So that doesn't seem like something a
Mm.
comic company would necessarily be. I don't know if someone just got on their IG and was going wild about it or what.
Who knows?
I think
But-
there's a few people who do run the IGs. I talked to them before all this happened, and they seemed fine. But what's it called? Yeah, it does. It seems a bit odd.
It's just so strange to see something so unfair. They were DMing Dork Lair
Mhm.
for just reporting on the figure.
Interesting.
And then they were
Yeah.
trying to like grift him out of money to keep the article up or something. And he
Yeah.
just started ignoring them after a while. But it was so like it was like your grandmother writing you or something. You know what I mean? Like it's just so strange. Just the like
Hmm.
or like a little
That's
kid
bizarre.
DMing you or something. You know what I mean? It's so
Yeah.
so unprofessional.
Weird.
Really
Yeah.
left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I was about to took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, I think it left a lot of bad taste in people's mouths. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why piss off
That's
the
too
cabal?
bad.
Also, that's
bad.
so strange.
yeah,
Right. Yeah, you're kind of poking at the bear there, literally right
Yeah.
now.
Especially with such a small thing of just a red hair. Like that's what it really feels like, because the barbarian aspect wasn't even like close to Red Sonja.
Yeah.
yeah.
They come out with
Yeah.
a Ron Weasley and they're like, no, too close.
And the thing is, the horsemen are just they're gonna sell it with another figure, or you're gonna get that head in another way.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just all useless. Just
I can
a
assure you
weird.
they will find a solution.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It just we were talking about this on the show too last week. It stinks for the person that has to like actually, or persons that have to go in there and unbox all that stuff, because I can almost
Oh.
guarantee that painted head with the red hair was on the body
On
So you
the
have to go
figure,
in there-
yeah.
So you have to go in there and
Yeah.
pop that off, and that's
Well, it's
That's-
going to be coming up at ZoloCon, so they've
Yeah.
wanted to get it all done before Zolo.
yeah.
So-
I mean,
2 weeks from now, it's crazy. Yeah.
But at the time, when all this went down, and
Mhm.
people they had to go in there and open up the
Right.
boxes and open all the packaging. It's like, can you imagine too? Like, it's like, well, I mean, it's cold up there in New Jersey too, so I'm sure it's like you got to heat that up too, just because. I mean,
They have the
I
heaters
mean-
all on and everything, and just
Yeah.
letting all the
make
figures
sure,
go.
make sure you don't strain the neck peg or whatever, or just that's not fun, man. That's I
Maybe
don't know.
that's why maybe that's why I don't have my Rising Suns figures. Is because all
It's-
their workers are in
It's too
there
bad.
taking
Yeah.
those heads off the
There you
legendary
go.
warrior.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, everyone's having to work overtime for some nonsense, but I never had any.
Yes.
I never had any
Good
figures,
guess.
but
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't now, and I'm kind of glad it was a company that it doesn't matter. I don't buy any of their stuff anyways. It wasn't really looking into it, So that's one thing I am grateful for, because it's not somebody that I actually do.
Yeah, it wasn't like
But-
Mezco calling them out or doing
I
something
was-
like
I was
that.
gonna
Yeah,
say,
then-
what's
then it would've
Mezco
been-
with the gangsters next?
Yeah. Well, I was looking at those Monster Force figures, and so many of them are homages to like real
Yeah.
people, or like
Yeah.
that enemy figure just that KP
Oh,
got
the-
today.
Yeah, the
That's
hooded one, yeah.
obviously that's obviously the Cobra Commander mask. Like like, easily Hasbro could probably call them, but that doesn't happen. Very strange.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know, man.
I think
It's a lot of
Hasbro's
drama.
made public statements on how they handle things like that. It's too
Yeah.
bad though, because as in the toy industry, everybody is supposed to be on the same team. If one of us loses, we all lose, and if one of us wins, we all win. And so it's not a good situation, just not only from a PR standpoint, but it's something that people should be rallying behind each other about rather than at each other's throats. And that's what bothers me most about it.
Yep,
Well, it's not
absolutely.
like if this is boss fight, that's like sort of like
Pushing it.
pushing it in the background. Like it's not like they're like a huge company either. They're not Hasbro. They're honestly very often their toys are very overpriced. For what you get, that sort of thing. They don't have the sort of like ingrained fan base that the Four Horsemen do. Yeah, just so frustrating. Ugh.
I mean, speaking of Hasbro, though, I did get a Lifeline in today, so I'm excited about that.
Ooh.
How you enjoying it?
Again, I mean, the accessories, everything that it comes with. I mean, for a figure that's he's 20, well, I think he ended up being 30, just because with shipping and tax from because I got him directly from Hasbro.
Why do you do that? You always.
I don't know why you don't like get him on Amazon. It's so crazy.
Sometimes I do. So with
I've had Lifeline for 2 weeks.
The what do you call it? I'm starting to do that now. It's like, why do I need Pulse? So because I missed out on the Cobra Law Troopers because I was working at the time. I wasn't paying attention, and then I saw my chat blowing up, and I saw that people were talking about the Cobra Law Trooper. I'm like, oh crap! And sold out on Pulse, but I found them on Amazon, and so that was I think April 1st. I think is when he's supposed to ship. But again, I got 2 of them, so it's I mean, I think I'm gonna start doing go down the Amazon route, than just buying directly. But sometimes I don't mind waiting a little bit just because I got some other stuff like this here.
But I could just pay more too, though.
Yeah, I mean, because with shipping, like Rob was saying with Amazon, you get free shipping. So
you don't get free shipping with Pulse?
No.
Unless you get,
actually,
I mean, if you have the, like I've gotten the Pulse Premium before.
You do. So I guess it was tax. So maybe the price did go up a little bit, and then the tax on top of it, I think, because it was 30 that I got charged for. Because I got him and Big Lob. Big Lob should be coming in soon.
Nice.
But this came in too. Came in last week.
Nice.
Speaking of big toys,
honestly, dude, that color is so much better than the original.
It is, yeah, and it fits with more things.
Yeah. It's not what's it called? It's not Rob's Vala versus.
The lights turn on too. That's cool.
Yeah.
So the front lights and the back lights come on, and then the.
Have you thought about incorporating SUVs into the Corsairs line at all?
Oh yeah, so one of our trademark images we want to sell is Captain Morningstar driving a Subaru or something like that.
But no, just like you said, Chris, I mean, this thing, I love the color on it a lot more than black. So you can go with the Joes, a lot easier.
Hazard Squad Gomez.
Hazard Squad Gomez, yes, I finally got Hazard Squad.
Finally got a Hazard Squad, yeah.
Yep. But it's a nice little Humvee, nice little vehicle.
Did you get the first one?
No, I didn't get it.
You just got Adder. That's it. You didn't.
Yeah, I just bought Adder. Yeah.
What'd you say, Quaid?
I was just gonna say, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I actually got to join my wife for dinner this evening. Okay. But it's been really good being with you guys this evening. So glad for the opportunity to share again, and hopefully we can do it again once the campaign is live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep,
you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, glad having you on, dude. We'll definitely put the Kickstarter link in the description as well, or in the chat.
Absolutely. Yep, you guys have been great. I'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, thanks for being on.
Thanks, man.
You guys have a good one.
You too.
You too.
Yeah.
The speaking of Gomez, here he is.
Yeah, you get the Death Adder from the one guy sent you, right? Who's just selling Death Adder?
Yeah, I forgot who it was. But yeah, I got him through
The Savage
link.
chat.
Was it Savage? Yeah. Because I don't know, I wasn't really feeling the black. I mean, I already have the van, and I don't know, it just part of me was I don't think I need that. But then when I saw this one, I was like, yes, this is like a definite. I just love the color on it, and feels like it could go with a lot more.
Dude, it could go with Joe's easy.
Yeah, boy, I need to do one with that second Sergeant Slaughter, the one that he has the beret. He's
yeah.
more of the desert theme. Like that would be to
Yeah,
see
really
him
cool.
run on top of that. But yeah, Hazard Gomez finally got him.
Nice.
And he's in green,
Nice.
so it's like, and he's green.
See,
like
it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, it was meant to be.
The dream, man, the dream.
But no, I'm hoping to hear back from Skull Toys just because I want to get that squad figure. Where the one you were showing, Rob, the black suited one. He looks so
Cronin?
good. Looks
I
so.
have
Is it?
to
Was
look-
it Cronin?
What do I? We'll talk after. We'll talk after.
Yeah.
Wait,
no,
what?
no, no. We can bring it up here. I mean, it's on their. I know What's Up Toys has been promoting it. Because yeah, we won't have a whole lot on the new toy stuff. So let me.
Oh,
I'm
what's a
excited
danger?
Yeah.
What's Up
I'm
Danger?
excited
Yeah.
for their Hellboy, dude. Not gonna lie, like that. Then there's a new. They're gonna do what's his name? Not Abe, is it Abe Sapien?
Ape Sapien? Yes.
yeah.
Ape Sapien.
But
This
it's
guy
nice.
looks amazing.
Yeah, that's.
I want to talk again about how ridiculous this gun is. You guys
It's
seeing
I
this?
do need. Is it just the green color on them, or I thought they were like kind of blackish colored?
Oh no, this has all kinds of paint work on it.
Yeah, it's really detailed, dude. Their guns
Yeah,
are
yeah.
their guns are honestly one of the best 112 guns besides Mezco.
Well, no, I saw more with the character herself. He's more green, but I thought in the photos he was like kind of a black suited or black.
So there
Probably
are two
two.
different. There are
Yeah.
two different.
Oh, okay.
This one is more sort of World War One
Yep.
colored, but yeah, he's got a lot more paintwork on him, and he's just kind of dingy looking. It still works for
Yeah.
this sort of thing. I've got the other figure over there somewhere.
There's
But I
also a
turned
red
it.
one, I believe.
Yeah. They have several different sleepwalkers.
Blood Major. That's what I was trying to remember
Yeah.
his name. Yeah.
Well, Blood Major is the name of the figure, because
Yeah.
licensing.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. I don't want to get nobody in trouble.
Cronin is his actual. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the book.
But like I said, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. So
I don't think he'll be in trouble. These are all third parties.
I am very excited. I wrote them this week also asking if they had thought about maybe doing some indie. Look, if they're doing fascists anyway, maybe doing some Indiana Jones figures, like some.
you mentioned Molaran, but did you mean the other guy too? Because you were talking
Yes,
about
I would love for them to do Molaran.
Molaran, but then the other one, the actual general, I can't remember his name.
Well,
from Last Crusade.
Oh yeah. Shit, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was
There's
just
a lot
he
of
was-
studios though going or making stuff.
But no Indiana Jones people. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like I feel like Mezco. I don't know if we're getting any more Mezco Indiana Jones figures. You know what I mean? And we're probably not getting any villains anyway if we are.
No,
Especially
I mean
not
you really
Nazis.
can't. No, I don't think you would get anything like that.
That's where I need third party to step up. You know what I mean? Obviously, like
I was just gonna say that photo that you sent in the chat with like a red hood, or not a red hood, red
Skull on this guy. Right?
works
Yeah,
so
that's
brilliant.
what's up danger.
Yes.
That being said, though, they are doing as a Red Skull figure as well.
Yeah, that's their
The third
next
party.
one they have planned after Hellboy, is the Red Skull figure. And like
His story.
It, first of all, brilliant reuse, right? Like if you're gonna produce this thing, you can totally make a Red Skull.
Yeah, that's the official thing right there, John. The official Red Skull renders that they're working on right now.
Yeah.
With Skull Toys. But so Skull Toys is the distributor. They have many different companies underneath them, like studios. So they're doing this. There's a Hellboy that's also coming out. It looks more Hellboy like a rendition of mixture of the comic and movie. It's not like a full like rendition of like either comic or movie.
It
there's a few
kind of
stuff-
reminded me of the 2019 movie, like the design I saw.
Yeah. There's a few other stuff that coming out that I can't talk about, but I'm pretty sure they will do Indiana Jones, because the big thing is, as soon as I told them Resident Evil, they got working on Resident Evil 5 figures. So I'm pretty sure
Right.
they'll do Indiana Jones really
Nice.
quickly.
Yeah. I
need
mean,
to-
I don't have a relationship with them like you do, obviously, but like, yeah, it's gonna be nice, you know. Like, hopefully they like the pics when I get the figure in. So
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought it'd be sooner, but I think it's because of the Chinese New Year. And I guess they didn't want to take a
Probably, yeah.
holiday,
Yeah.
and then they got forced to take a holiday.
well, from what I was told, they've shipped their figures to a warehouse stateside, and now once the Chinese New Year holiday is over, they're gonna start shipping them to us.
Yeah.
What are these in the back? Is this Warhammer in the back?
Those
Oh,
are
yeah,
Sisters
Warhammer.
of Battle. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go, yeah, go to the next picture, it shows the BTS.
Oh, nice. Nice perspective.
Yeah.
But that's what we're saying. Do we need some more Nazi figures?
Actually,
now?
I need to know what are these Warhammers though? Is this Joy
Sisters of
Toy?
Battle.
Chris?
Those are the sisters. They're
Okay,
like.
okay. Well, I don't know. That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm
No,
like,
I wasn't.
they look like female figures. So
God,
I mean,
idiots!
I need them. I need them.
Yeah, those are the Sisters of Battle of. But they have another name.
That's
Adeptus
the
Sororitas.
sororities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just send me the link and then I'll
They're
go
my
over there.
favorite freaking facts, not gonna lie.
Because yeah, I just like I've been even thinking about getting into the painting too, Chris. That's why I sent you those texts. Those
Yeah, once you get into painting, dude, you can do painting your dials too.
No, I ain't gonna be doing all that. But I mean something small, I may be able to get away with it.
That heresy slop chop video that you sent me. That was funny.
I don't know the rules. I don't know the etiquette. That's why I got like, I don't want to say it in the Warhammer chat. I gotta say it like off to like you or even Skelly in the general chat, just because that way he's a little bit like, oh yeah, yes, they're good guys. No, they're not bad guys, because I don't want to offend anybody.
Also, next to their red skull is their Hellboy render,
I saw that.
Yeah.
which I'm excited for.
This is really cool too. That's from the end of the first movie.
But
Also,
is it gonna be based off of the David Well, is it more David
So
Harbour?
this design is reminding me of David Harbour, but so
Yeah.
far they've only been doing Ron
Del
Perlman.
Toro,
Yeah, Ron Perlman Hellboy stuff.
But then also that guillotine moment, isn't that in which one is that?
That's from Ron Perlman. That's from the first movie.
So it's kind of like it seems like a mashup. I see what you guys are saying.
yeah.
Because that is not in the books. This is
Yeah.
not in the books.
I don't remember that from the books either.
Yeah.
Also, it will have a soft goods. What's it called? Jack, I was talking to him because they were debating whether or not adding it. I was like, no, you guys need to add it. You guys need to have it.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. Like, I think one of the things that I love so much about that 1,000 Toys Hellboy, which is probably like top 10 favorite figures for me, somewhere in there, is that soft material that they sort of used for the torso.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude,
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
very
good.
cool.
They used
It's
it
very
for the
cool.
1,000 Toys Dante for DMC. Dude, it's so good. Like, okay, so I have the Halo one here, and all the middle part here is all die cast, like actual die cast. And dude, it's awesome at posing, but it makes posing so much harder because it's just metal.
Yeah, I could see
When
that.
that arm stays in, I love that figure also.
Yeah. You know what also doesn't get enough love? I think the most recent Hellboy movie, where it was just about the Crooked Man story.
I love that movie.
Yes, I do like that movie.
That was a good one.
I
it's
think
good
for
quality.
me, like it's got some really bad CGI at the beginning and stuff. So
Yeah.
Oh
like,
yeah. The spider.
I don't think that was even needed. Like that section of the movie is it like it's so weird. And then because like once they're just in it, like in the case and doing that stuff and going from haunted house to haunted house, it is so like the comic.
Yeah.
It captures the vibe perfectly.
For
Mhm.
sure. Like instead of
Yeah.
this huge, like epic story, they kind of like just honed in on this one thing and they did it really well.
Yeah. Which look, there are stories like that in the comics too, where they're fighting Nazis and there's like
Mhm.
it's a very sort of like Pulp Fiction sort, like I bought that NECA Monsterizer. I guess I could show it off too. John got it also.
That was our
yeah,
that was
yeah.
our surprise.
Yeah, the
that was
thing-
our mystery package.
Oh yeah,
Last
that
time
was
we
the
talked
mystery
about it.
package last week. Yeah, was the
That we didn't
Monsterizer.
know. We know what we were getting from UPS, and all of a sudden, just like that came in, I was like, "Oh wait, it's the Monsterizer."
Monsterized.
Is that still up?
No, I think so.
I don't know if anyone else has it, but it's awesome. Like, this is like
Why is it
it's
80 bucks?
such. Yeah, it's $80. It's so fun. Like, I love Tesla coils and different things. Like you're getting all of that in this one package.
It's funny you got that for Frankenstein's monster, but I got that for Doc Knock.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Well, I
works
was doing all these
good.
Hellboy shots and stuff too, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna go great
Yeah.
with that kind of stuff.
I figured you would have had something like had that already because I thought I saw it in some photos, but
Dude, it
maybe
sold out fast when I first came out.
Yeah.
I think it's still
And
out there.
I've had a lot.
It is now,
I've been
yeah.
using I've got both the Frankensteins. I've been using those, the pieces
Yeah.
that come with it, and I
Yeah.
have a lot of the Universal Monster Frankenstein stuff.
From
I don't know
NECA,
what I
right?
was looking for. I think I was
From
looking
NECA.
for it was something NECA related. Oh, it was the Fred. I wanted to see if they still. I was just looking for like just dios, what all that they come out with, and then I saw that it was like a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
Freddy, the Freddy
The
furnace
accessory pack?
deal. Yeah, and then the turtle accessory pack, and then I went to a link, and then I went to it and I started looking. I was like, oh wait, that Monsterrizer, that's it's in stock.
Mm.
I was like, and that's double check because I know there's a NECA site out there that almost got me one time that's basically it's a fraud, it's fake.
Mhm.
But I heard people because I was telling people about it, like, oh man, they got the turtles, the layer, the science layer, and like, dude, that's a fake NECA site, and say that they'll take your money and like and just. I was like, oh, thank God, or thank you for letting me know. So I had to double check. I kept like, just is this real? Is this like the real site? Because I was freaking out because there was a couple other things too that were on there. Not the turtles, but just the Monsterrizer. I think the Frankenstein. I think the chair or like the little table you strap to.
I picked up that's where the NECA site's where I got the Beetlejuice sandworm.
A sandworm, yeah. I saw they have the hotel brothel, whatever that is. The
Oh yeah.
thing out there.
From what?
From the first one.
From Beetlejuice,
John's
from the first
Fantasy?
Beetlejuice.
Oh
From the
yeah,
first
yeah, okay. The little
Yeah.
okay.
The little piece in there where he's like, oh, like
I don't remember a brothel in that.
Yeah.
Full John's
As
Fantasy, man.
a kid, I had no idea what that was, or I thought it was just like, oh yeah. So,
Yeah.
and then later on, I'm like, oh wow, they had that in the movie. Let's see here.
There should be a good amount. There's not a lot of new figs, especially since Toy Fair was last week, but there's some decent amount of stuff.
Well, we've got
I'm
like
waiting.
10 minutes to talk also. So
I'm waiting for this though. It's like,
Yeah.
this is I'm hoping somebody can get this, but
I asked Steve.
this is actually probably my favorite Zolicon exclusive. Now
It looks so
now
good.
that the red hair is gone from the legendary warrior. This thing.
Well, isn't the other thing exclusive for Zolo? Isn't it Executioner?
Yeah, that executioner thing. I've already ordered that thing. That thing's already gonna ship.
I've debated because of the fact for Resident Evil stuff, and my thing just shipped. But honestly, dude, I asked them, I was like, you guys should have done you guys need to do werewolves next. And they're like, it was in our first concepts. And I was like, you guys didn't release that, honestly.
I mean, it's kind of
It
what
looks
Jaeger
so-
though is, right?
this looks so
Jaeger.
cool.
No, I mean like a full werewolf, like a full like
Right. Yeah. This year.
This thing looks awesome.
yeah, the sculpt is amazing, the Bobcat
Yeah.
sculpt.
The armor and everything. I just love that. I love the boots.
Yeah, I think it's all just retooling though. It's done very well because that top part's from the one con exclusive we have, Rob, the white one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a lot of times what con exclusives are anyway, right? It's just kind of a retooled figure that looks cool.
Yeah.
But that's fine as long as it looks cool and you're getting what you want. That's just smart business.
Yeah.
I would rather go ahead, John.
No, go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say I would just rather a retooling of something that we potentially already have than something that you can only ever get at this thing. You know what I mean? Like that.
100%.
I hope we see this base sculpt though.
This one here
stuff. Yeah, I wonder though, if you look at the like stuff, is it or like the mouth moves because it looks like one face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's an articulated jaw.
Yeah, it's closed there and then it's open on the in the photo here. That's
cool.
I do like the credits though because it shows immersive photography, visual approach photo Sean, and then product photography Renato. So it's like, I guess that's what which I get it, right? I've never heard it in those terms before though. Immersive photography. So, and then you have product photography for this. So
Wow.
again, nothing bad, with either one, but it's just that's kind of a unique way of saying it. I've never heard that term before, but
It seems like a better industry term. Like from now on, when you send an email to a toy company, you're gonna be like,
exactly, yeah.
photographer.
Yes, yeah. So and that's the point I'm getting to. It's like, oh yeah, when I reach out to people, I can just say that I do immersive photography, but I also do product photography.
Then they ask you, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh yeah. It's like, well, product photography is just, you want to see everything in the photo. I think we were talking with Jesse after the show last week, and I was talking about the stuff I did with Delta 17 and other companies and stuff, and sometimes you always get like, little not critiques, but you get like, well, we want to make sure we showcase the figure. So that's what product photography would be. I hate saying flat lighting like it's a negative, but no, I mean, just you want to have everything kind of just envelop the figure, make sure you see every single
You want to
detail.
make yeah.
And then immersive photography, as it's called now, is your cinematic,
Please sell
playing with
that figure.
light and shadows. Yeah.
My biggest thing I don't know about you guys, I feel like after Savage's Luminarians, they've crushed it, dude. Like that, like speaking of the Quaid about saying like putting all your best up front, I feel like their best up front was actually the second later half.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, it's always playing with fire when you do something like that, because again, I got some of the Lumerians. I think I only got 2, and I got y'all some, but I was kind of like, because they had those barbarians on the table as future waves,
Right.
I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna stick around because I like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
I will. In their defense, the Lumerians didn't look like anything else, right? There was nothing else on the market like that. It didn't, because the problem with if you come out with but if you come out with the barbarians first, you're immediately going to be compared to Four Horsemen, which is already like an established line, you know. So that could have sort of like hurt their bottom line a little bit. So I think the coming out with the lizard people first, I think helped them in that way, and at least like made them distinctive from everyone else.
Right. And then also, again, having this is our first line or our first wave, and then the second wave is going to, incorporate this. Cause I saw that Who-Man in the ball and chain back in PowerCon.
Yeah.
I was like, when they were, when they still had the lizard people out, I was like, oh wow. I was like, that ball and chain looks nice.
Yeah. And that was before we got a lot of the Conan.
Yeah.
I think the next time I'll dip my toe back into them will be for the water guys, the fish people.
Those are coming out soon.
Those do look cool. Those will go great with Corsair.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
By the way, John, this is the colorway for that other Sleepwalker. It's that sort of I put the werewolf head on him, but
that works, man, because that was an American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, man.
Only
werewolves. Like we're the only ones that have ever seen that movie.
Well, amongst the 4 of us, yeah.
It's funny. I actually recently just watched The Howling today.
Did you like it?
Yeah,
I loved it.
It's very fun.
Yeah, I saw I was watching Regular Media's Halloween special, and they did this past Halloween. They were covering the Howling 2. That's
it is not as fun.
It's not as fun, but you do have Sybil Danning.
Sure.
Also, when we had that one discussion, Rob, about NECA, this face sculpt looks ass.
Yeah.
For Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Normally they're pretty good, but
yeah.
Oh, that's Harry Potter?
I was thinking like maybe like from the books possibly, but no, I feel like this is not from the books.
I don't know. I mean, it's I'm not going to collect this anyway, but
yeah. It's a brown hair kid with glasses, so yeah, it's Harry Potter.
This isn't because they used to do Harry Potter, right?
Yeah, they did full figures too. This is not a re-release either.
Yeah, okay.
Which is interesting because
those old ones used to look great. Like they
still do.
But they were just statues, is the problem.
Yeah.
I need to get, man. I know somebody did a screenshot of all the because I missed the live stream for the Four Horsemen when they were announcing the Kickstarter.
Dorklayer did a huge an overview today. That's like 15 minutes long of everything.
I mean, that's where I saw, because I saw people screenshotting in the Cabal of like basically the breakdown for each pack.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I think I'm just gonna, because you can just order all the way down to just single figures. You can order like
yeah,
a single
For the role
figure
playing?
and then do add-ons for
I
that.
do want. I want the packs though. Or as far as like the main, again, I wish I could find that, but I think the first pack that has the majority of all the characters. But
Yeah. Well, there's one that's like $400, but you get basically all, because you get all the characters and then you get all the characters again,
yeah,
but
and then
with the upgrade packs. So you get 2 of each of those characters.
I also want to get the. You're gonna get the. It'll come with miniatures too, though, right?
I think so. I don't
Yeah.
know that I
I don't
need. I
think
don't
they
know
do.
that I don't know
It
that I
doesn't?
need the miniature.
I
So
don't think-
one of the packs comes with the miniature. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because I do want to play the game with Chris, but I need to figure out if I can
Yeah,
get
that's
the
just
figures
me.
down.
I don't know how much I want to play the game. So like, but I do want to support the Horsemen, and then I do want to order some of these figures because they.
At that point, just play D&D though.
Yeah.
Oh wow, man, this is
Yeah,
Dork
but
Bear.
this way I get to do it with 4 Horsemen characters. Okay, totally different.
Dude, man, Dork Lair, man, he does such a good, man, his pop and swap ideas, man.
Yeah,
So
they're
obviously
really fun.
he had to get 2 Atlases though in order to get those shin guards.
Mm-hmm.
2
The
of them,
wrist, the
wrist too,
Yeah, the
the
wrist
wrist
also. Yeah.
because yeah, he's only one-sided with those. But man,
Well,
That's what I see.
if you guys get this snake guy, you've got to heat up the gauntlet here. That
Isn't
the
everything
that
though
the
with
bir- that the
Rage?
bird is. Yeah, I guess, but like it doesn't quite fit over the gauntlet. You've got to like. He's got a gauntlet that's part of his arm. You see it on this arm, right?
yeah,
But the bird from I don't know if you've gotten the bird on other figures before. It has its own sort of gauntlet it's sitting on.
yeah.
You have to heat that. You got to heat that piece up to fit it over his gauntlet.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's the same one as Dubon, right?
Yeah.
Dude, not gonna lie, this figure looks good.
Who is it? Is it Mafex?
Yeah.
Their Star Wars figures usually look good.
Yeah.
I just hate how it takes forever.
Well, sure. And then
Yeah.
with tariffs and everything, this thing's probably going to be $150.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But my one thing I would say is, I don't know about you guys, that flame effect looks so. Was it red in the show when he did it?
I don't think
I-
so.
Because
remember
I know you have the Mando effects, John, and I feel like that was just perfect. That color.
Yeah, it was like a actual like orange
Orange color.
flame.
Yeah, it was like
for
blue,
real.
then translucent to white, then
Yeah,
orange. Yeah. But honestly, dude, Mafex kind of killed it this one. Now if we can just get Breaking Bad figures, they already did the sculpt for what's it called, Giancarlo.
I mean, I already have the. The thing is, he's not gonna be in the movie though. He's toasted. So, I guess I could get him for pictures, but not too bad. Not too bad.
So the next 2 figures are also being Mafex. These are getting massive criticism because they're just reusing the same bodies and adding
Just
another
different
100 bucks.
colors.
Yeah. This one
Yeah,
has more
Well,
tooling.
that has
This-
that has a little bit
Kate-
more.
KT was loving this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the sculpt of the face. My biggest issue is like Katie was saying that he should have been bigger. They're just using the same mold again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't look too bad at all though.
What's that character's name? I've never seen that guy before.
Venom 2099.
Oh, that's Venom. Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick
Venom.
note on the skeleton guy, just kind of like a fun. No, not a.
The Mythic Legion.
Yeah, the Mythic Legion dude is
Oh.
that
Uh-huh.
it's an elven armor, which is kind of cool. Like I feel like we haven't seen like an undead elf guy before.
There was a bunch of new helmets and stuff. I love those upgrade packs.
Yeah.
It looks
Oh,
good.
you-
I'm not,
Getting these, Chris or Dimitri, for the game.
Go ahead, Dimitri.
possibly. I don't know just yet. Just because, like I said, I usually get mythics for like Dark Soul stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the skeleton. I might get like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I got to get the elfin figure.
Yeah, I like that Jaguar guy.
The Jaguar, yeah, but I like the armor that he has, but then also Oh, her. Yeah, I'm gonna get her.
Oh yeah, the druid also. Does this show the because she has like a soft goods cloak, right? When you upgrade her,
I think
I don't
you
think
I
it
should.
like
shows
that
it here.
head. I like that headpiece too.
Yeah, I think it
The hood.
shows it on here.
It's just like a new character looking.
Yeah, him definitely getting him. I just like this look though with the black leather and the brown,
Yeah.
and of course the cleric.
Did any of you guys pre-order the John? What is his name? John Manganiello?
No, I didn't get any of those.
I did like. I like the
Okay.
female figure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it gives so much. What is it? Not is it Queen of the Damned?
I don't know. For me, it was very Conan looking. Like any sorceress
Conan.
you ever saw in a Frazetta painting.
Yeah, me, Evil Lyn, but yeah, well, also Conan as well. I mean,
Yeah.
same. Man, those are Carver's Carver's
Dial piece.
Columns there.
columns.
Your column should be in too.
It's so funny how you can always tell from like the workmen and everything. That's what's awesome. Like, oh, there's Eric's arch, or there's
Yeah.
you know.
That
Let's go.
what's it called? The McFarlane. It looks so good, but man, dude, I don't know about you guys. I just feel like paying $60 for McFarlane is getting overpriced now.
Do you World of Warcraft like that, or do you just like the character design?
No, the characters. I mean, I used to play WoW, but not much. I was more of the Lord of the Rings MMO.
Really, huh?
But I don't like WoW. But dude, I don't know. McFarlane, like, what was it? The Helldiver figures are gonna also be elite, so it'd be $60. I'm just like, I can't. Why would you like? It's. I get it's the IP and no one else is doing it, but why?
Todd
It
hates
looks
you.
good.
Todd hates you. That's why.
Soft
Honestly.
goods looks wired. That's dope.
Yeah, I think even the Helldiver stuff is also wired and soft goods as well. That dude, I'm not gonna lie, this one looks so good, especially with the. I think it's the third slide.
Yeah, but you won.
Yeah, there
Oh,
we go.
that
There we
that's
go.
good.
Scary
That's
movie
good.
head. Yeah.
That is good.
That's
But
fun.
you did win Mezco Terror Tuesday though. So.
I know. I didn't even realize that.
Congratulations, by the way. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Did you win with Ghostface in the past though? I thought you had.
I think it's the same photo.
Is it? 'Cause
I think
That's
so.
funny.
That's so
funny.
funny. That's kind of older one, right? Like at least.
Yeah, that was. I did
Yeah.
this
It
for
wasn't a new
Halloween.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I think that may have been one of the ones because remember we did a horror collab, but I saw that and I was like, wait a minute, I thought you had already I thought they had already featured this one, but I mean, hey man, it was a good photo, so it's like, hey,
Yeah, man.
twice
I think there might have been a different one in the same area, like the
in the
same
same
like.
because I know you use that dial a lot, so or the
Yeah.
one with you did a couple shots with Ghostface in front of that.
That's why I'm building that dial right there from horror cabin.
Oh, that's nice. When do you have the bedazzle mask?
I have no clue.
They
It's
keep
fun.
throwing stuff
Part
in.
7.
Some things are from the like
That's
the
good,
in
man.
movie that they're making in part
I may have
5
to
or
get
whatever.
that just because of that.
Yeah. Also, I like the bloody mask face. Like the slash is really good. Like the actual
it's really
This here?
splatter effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like as much as I dislike NECA, their horror stuff is always on point. Like I'm really debating on their
Yeah.
Friday the 13th. What is it called? Video game line.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were doing that. The Savini Jason.
Yeah. And the Jason Goes to Hell. I love that Jason Goes to Hell design anyway.
Oh, I wonder if I'll find this at Target and just get it then.
That's what they always got their stuff at Target.
Yeah,
I did
it
save
said-
one other thing. I need to update it. Just because I know some people were asking me. I got so many questions regarding it.
The what?
Oh no, in the what's it called the new figures.
Yeah, let me. Did you? I don't see it in there.
Me send it to you then. It's on my thing. Weird.
Oh, here you go. That's weird. I had to
Yeah.
refresh it and.
Yeah.
So-
So this everyone's asking me. So this will be coming out most likely closer to like late Q2 of this year or beginning of Q3, just because the whole issue with the Batman Who Laughs, there was major QC issues, and they got those worked out through the what is it called, the Chinese New Year, and getting through it all, and then right after that's Red Death is the next figure.
Nice.
So this one will definitely come out afterwards, but it'll be pre-ordering soon.
Okay.
I'm honestly hyped for this figure.
The Arkham Knight, yeah. I mean,
I'm hoping though, because I don't. They had it's a whole issue. Cause I know with Red Hood and Harley, WB had an okay, and then like probably early this year they were like, yeah, no more Red Hood and no more Harley for some reason in the Arkham universe.
That's so strange.
I know. Well, even with Batman Who Laughs, they literally didn't okay the actual IP of making it until the day of. Like when it was for pre-order, they delay it because of that. It just feels kind of like they're not. What's it called? What is it? Like they're not really up to date with their own stuff.
This is an awesome shot by Chewing, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah. It's funny how you see ones and you're just like, oh, that's.
Oh yeah, that's gonna win. Yeah, that's what I saw. That's what I said when I saw this thing.
Yeah, you keep kind of scrolling like that's gonna win. But then it came late though yesterday. It was like what 5?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was like 5 or 6, and I was like,
I was wondering if they were gonna even do it yesterday.
Real question is those. How many do you think those are real? And he just edited in the Gomez.
I have no idea. I'm sure. I mean, I got a ton. I got like at least 10 or 15, I think. But again, that'd be a pain to get all that set up though.
Yeah.
Even the ones I did for that Leatherface one where I kind of like pulled them apart and everything, that was a pain, man. Just the little pieces. I got my Doom, so I'm good, but I don't know. Did you end up getting one, Chris, or?
I got. Well,
yeah, you said you're waitlisted.
Oh, it was waitlisted, right?
I was
You're waitlisted,
and so they just converted me over, and so I think there might have been a price change. Correct me if I'm wrong.
There is a price change
yes.
from the old one, but you got the old price, right?
Exactly. So
that's so great.
So
what is the original price? Oh, the original.
It was 150, and I think it went up to like 180.
180.
Yeah.
Did the shipping stay the same for like the original shipping? How it used to be?
I didn't look.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
It was about maybe, I think total when I looked at it, I think it was like $2 more than what I paid for mine.
Shit, dude, I didn't realize.
I mean, you gotta think, I was 2-3 weeks ago, I was literally about to pay somewhere in the 300 range, probably 350 plus for him. And so between this and between the Punisher, I'm like very happy with Mezco while still being very upset with Mezco for other reasons.
The Punisher?
It's a love-hate relationship, Chris. I mean, that's what
it's
it
like
is.
an abusive girlfriend, man. It's insane.
Yeah,
what Punisher, Chris?
The one they teased in the Toy Fair.
Yeah, for Toy Fair.
You don't like it?
No, that I'm just excited that we get the opportunity to get these things where the price has been so inflated that it almost like makes you not want to buy the figure.
It's weird. This kind of looks like the old head. So like, I don't think it is. But I don't know. That face looks very similar to the old one.
I think I'm gonna end up getting them. I see enough Punisher shots. I need to get one, but I think I like this because it should be the classic look, right? So
yeah.
It looks like.
I wonder
the original Punisher one. It's a lot bulkier on the head.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, this is a way skinnier face. I'm gonna guess the body's gonna be also a bit skinnier. From the base it looks like, because that old one was super bulky.
Yeah, you know what? That figure still holds up though.
Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite Mezco.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting this though. I just hope because right now it doesn't say exclusive. I hope there's no exclusive later on.
And we're getting the cats, so that's gonna be good.
I think we got another another release today too. Was it the Living Dead doll? Yeah,
the Scream one, right?
Oh, Scream, yeah.
That
was perfect timing too. Well, I guess not really.
I guess why they picked it.
Way to go.
They're probably scrolling going, oh, we need Ghostface.
Pretty lucky there, Dimitri.
Yep. I was surprised. When you said that, John's like, I'm pretty sure they did use the same photo that I did.
That's a good photo. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah.
I want to know
I
who
just
you
need-
used for that. Who's for the victim?
Oh, dude, I freaking there was like back when the Black Panther movie came out, and it was like
Is that Ulysses
all
Claw?
Ulysses
Yeah.
Claw. Yeah.
Yeah,
dude, I bought
I recognized it.
I bought 3 of them and 3 of Nick Fury's. They were like $9 each.
Nice.
So I was like, I'm gonna buy 3 of each because I need some background figures.
Nice.
I kind of
don't
wanted to
see
get
them.
one and use for Alfred because
Oh yeah, from what's
because
it
he's
called?
Alfred in the Batman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Terrence, man. Yeah, we already had Quaid on. You missed out.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, but I mean, he spoke highly of you, though, man. He said, all the great work you're gonna be doing for him. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Can't
You
wait
can
to-
go back about the first hour and a half of the.
Yes, yeah. First
Yes.
hour he was on. So
Yeah.
hour and a half. Yeah.
Plus the line itself, I'm not gonna lie, I'm super hyped for it. I feel like pirate figures have been in need for a while.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's it.
Raven Eyes, man. Oh, go ahead.
It's a niche that Mythic Legions isn't filling right now.
Yeah. Man,
I'll finally
Raven
have
Eyes
someone
gone,
to-
man.
Yeah, really cool.
Well, it's funny though, because when we had him on, I mean, he was kind of like, "How do I, how do I do this Mess Till Monday thing?" Now I'm saying he's just popping off.
There's Wayne.
Very true.
Oh, that's so funny because he's like, "How do I get in that?" It's, oh man, you need the message.
And then now look at him.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Well, one
Dude,
thing
I'm
that I did get charged for the well, I'm assuming because the Batman anime series, it's
Oh yeah, now shipping, right?
well charging.
Yeah, it's charging now. It's not shipping it.
Yeah,
No,
but I
I
still haven't got
think
an email.
I think it says shipping on the actual site.
Well, I don't know. All I know is
It is not shipped yet.
I got the notification that it was going to charge soon, and then I got the notification from my credit card that I got this Mezco Toys charge.
Yeah.
Is it
like
Joker or Batman?
Batman.
Batman.
It should be It should be Batman. So
Yeah, it says in the
um,
now shipping area, it's Thor, Batman, and Samurai Jack.
Did you see the video Toshi's put out on it where he was like holding it? Did you guys watch
yes,
that?
yep, yeah.
So
So
cool.
yeah, I just oh man, I'm so glad I got that. Well,
It looks awesome.
that with the McFarlane Batmobile is like that's gonna go perfect, and then the Joker too. So whenever that's gonna be making its way around, so I know
Also,
you
there was that custom thing that was going around that's gonna.
Oh yeah, for the animated face.
For the heads, yeah, I think they've I think all they've done is taken the Mondo heads and like shrunk them, and
That's
then
what
put
it
them on
looks
the
like.
Mezco. Yeah,
Mm.
they look
different
great.
expressions too. So yeah, that worked. Terrence says, "Very cool. I'll see you gentlemen at upcoming cons. Well, Legion's Con, obviously. I'll be at Joe Fest, and I'm going to try and make Mochi Fest as well.
I'll be at CarverCon.
Oh, and SCCC, don't you?
I might be at SDCC. It's still up in the air.
I don't know. That's always around my anniversary, so that's always a hard one.
Yeah.
Terrence said, heading out to Zolo. Oh man, maybe you can give me that Savage Crucible exclusive.
I wish, dude. The freaking what's it called? Where's that at, Zolo?
It is in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Wow. Yeah, I am going to the draft. Well, that's our plan is to go to the draft in Pittsburgh. So I'm not sure whoever's in Pittsburgh, but I'll be there. We'll probably be there for the weekend. So
nice.
Just so got to put more pressure on myself or more nerves. I'm already nervous of what they're gonna do for the draft. So it'll be cool. Be heavily disappointed if they screw that up, but
it's the Raiders though, right?
What?
It's the Raiders though. They've never screwed up the draft, right?
Who knows, man? Everyone does. Everyone does. Don't give me that. Everyone,
Falcons have never screwed up the draft.
Yeah. Terrence says, "John, hit me up. I'll do my best to help you." I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. So, well, I think we're at time now. So, want to wish everyone in the chat for being on with us. Want to wish Quaid and everyone there for Corsair Creations. Once the Kickstarter kicks off, that we'll be supporting them.
May 1st or May.
May 1st. Looking forward to it. But yeah, I want to wish everyone a good rest of the week, and we'll see y'all next week. And we
before we go, we have March Madness coming up. Mezco March Madness.
Yes, I was about to say. Took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, yeah, we do have March Madness, Mezco March Madness, kicking off next week. So I think probably by the end of the week we'll start having the particulars on a post probably, and then the rules and how to participate. We'll have all that laid out. and then we'll kick it off next Tuesday, and then we'll. Thankfully, everything worked out with how many weeks we have in March, so it's like yes, we can have 4 rounds and then be able to pick a winner. So
Sweet.
should be fun.
Awesome.
Should be fun. But yep. Thank you, gentlemen, and I'll see y'all next week.
So guys.
See you boys.
Take it easy.